Hey there, Snicker Snacks. At the top of the show here, I just want to point out that we're in a moment of history. Black Lives Matter. It's also Pride Month. We here at Vorpal Tales have decided to examine ourselves and be sure we're being the best allies we can be and encourage others to do the same. Check out our Twitter, our website, or just simply follow the social media tags to get involved. With that said, welcome back to Vorpal Tales Presents Awesome Adventures. As always, I'm your host. If your game doesn't have mecha, I'm not interested. Spacelord Pajamas. Let's introduce our intrepid heroes, Tyler, Dwayne, Tiffany, and Steve. How you doing, kids?
Very tired, but never too tired to play with you guys.
I think we appreciate that.
You think we appreciate that?
Yes.
You don't speak
Yeah.
for us, Steve.
I appreciate it.
Oh, see? There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Dwayne. See, everyone but the DM is cool. I'll be playing
Wait.
Rivik tonight. Who's gonna die now?
Yeah, that's probably true. Dwayne, how you doing?
Dwayne is here. That's about as good as it's gonna get right now.
Oh, wow.
As you can
Okay.
see from my background, I am not where I'm supposed to be tonight. I was supposed to be in Columbus, but I can't find my keys.
I don't think any of us except Sean is where he's supposed to. Well, Steve's at home.
Yeah. Or is he?
You don't know me. I'm in this.
Is in space.
Yeah, that's true. Look at that.
I
Tiffany.
am-
Tails is unhomed this weekend.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
you're unhomed. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm getting the death glare out of with a cat right now.
Don't mess with that cat.
Her name is Lucy. She's named after Lucy, the daughter of the devil. And
What?
yeah, even it's an old animated show that was on Adult Swim. There's this girl named Lucy, and she was the daughter of the devil. Really early 2000 show, and that's what she's named after. And she's death glaring me right now from the couch.
Oh, okay then.
I have to
Yeah.
go back and find that and watch it now.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty there's evil nuns and a not Helsing, but kind of Helsing-ish kind of character where he's constantly he's a priest and he's constantly trying to kill the devil, and it's some pretty interesting stuff.
Like Van Vampire.
You're like
Kind
Van,
of,
Van
yeah.
Vampire.
Yes,
Vampire.
exactly.
Steve, how are you doing in your void there?
My void's good. It's
Mm-hmm.
voidish. I'm doing well. I'm hanging out, being groovy, packing because I have to move in the next couple.
That's
days.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks.
Going
So-
back to Carcosa.
Yes.
Good old Carcosa. Carcosa.
What?
So for those of you following along at home, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Our current awesome adventure is Baldur's Gate to sit in Avernus. As always, we tried the rest and are using the best to run our games. Roll D20. Thanks always to Syrinscape for filling our ear holes with the sounds of epic tabletop. Make sure you check them out at syrinscape.com. Also, be sure to check out other shows on our channel, Monday nights with Capes of Valor, and Wednesdays on both the Onyx Path Publishing stream and here at Vorpal Tales, they came from Beneath the Sea. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, keyword Vorpal Tales.
Did you have to think about that one?
No, Tyler's flashing me messages, and I'm like, did I really say that? No, I didn't say that. That's not true. I didn't say that. No.
Roll D20.
Did I say that? Damn it.
You
You know
did.
what?
Yes.
Someday. They
Today.
should. You know what? They should change their names. I shouldn't have to change.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll
Is it-
convince them to do that.
I'm
Is
gonna
it-
go write a letter. I'll be right back.
Is it I who is wrong? Am I out of touch? No.
Possible?
It's roll 20 that is wrong.
Yeah.
Roll D20 now. Remember?
Yeah. Roll D20. Roll 20. So if you're new to the show and are a long-time lurker, first-time poster, don't hesitate to lick that God.
We're licking things now.
All right, we're done.
Yeah.
See you later, people.
Bye.
Don't
Good
hesitate
night.
to lick that like and subscribe.
Like?
Yeah, lick that like it's an absinthe drenched sugar cube. We appreciate your support. Yeah, lick, Sarah, lick. With
I thought it
the
was
so
your
yeah,
to lick things, but okay.
lick that like. Yeah, do it. Hashtag like that we need t-shirt. All right. So with the introduction out of the way, we can get to why everyone's here. Steve, a train leaves the station at 5 p.m. traveling at 90 miles per hour. Another train leaves the station at 4 p.m. the next day traveling at 92 miles per hour. What temperature does the man on the first train order a steak at 7:30 p.m.?
Who cares? Trains are dumb.
Well done, because he's a douche traveling by train.
Nailed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the price of the showcase was $34,578.63.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You're unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh. Sick burn, roasted. So speaking of playing by the Price is Right rules, our heroes were deep in the dank dark dungeon of the Dead 3 last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. The old woman they encountered was anything but. After having turned invisible, she attempted to assassinate them, but was quickly put down by the likes of our heroes. Finding their way back into the tunnels, they discovered a secret passage that led to secret parts of the dank dungeon of the 3. They stumbled on a fight between an assassin cultist and Mortlock Van Thamper. I said it right.
Van Power.
You didn't say
The
it right.
assassins, I did. The assassin scurried away and Mortlock yielded to our heroes, explaining that his mother had been supplying the cult, even going so far as to gift them treasure from a dragon's hoard. While conversing with Mortlock, the heroes were waylaid by the assassin, who snuck back into the chamber, and nearly killed them before being dispatched by the heroes with the help of Mortlock. Mortlock agreed to aid them, though it took some convincing. Exiting the dungeon, they were quickly assaulted by cultists who claimed the treasure they had collected in the dungeon was part of the Dragon Queen's hoard. They managed to capture 2 of the cultists, but upon interrogation, they refused to offer up anything other than rhetoric. However, it became quickly clear that their supposed Dragon Queen was none other than Tiamat herself. That would have to wait, however. Mortlock's information led them to his brother, Amric Van Thamper, who might have more information about the conspiracy of the cultists in Baldur's Gate. Heroes, what do you do?
We hero.
So we're still in the bathhouse, or
You're still at the bathhouse. Hopefully the map is correct and showing you there at the bathhouse.
It is
And,
not.
It's
We
not.
are in the city.
Let's find the bathhouse.
No, you're in the city. That's where I want you. You're over the bathhouse. It says bathhouse.
It does say bathhouse.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
It
So you traveled from
Really
Elf
tiny.
Song Tavern here, and Ortlock informs you that his brother has sort of a loan shark ring running out of the low lantern here by the docks.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. What were our other leads? That doesn't sound that interesting.
Well, we didn't get anything out of the imp.
Man, we didn't. We should have.
It's because we beat the shit out of them.
We didn't get anything out of the dragon cultists of use. We didn't get anything out of the imp.
I got an
Our turn.
eyeball
I mean,
that I ate.
that's pretty cool.
Should we head back to Captain Zaj?
No, because you haven't quite figured everything out yet.
Maybe
So, Mortlock. Sorry.
Matlock.
Yes, can we have Matlock in this now? I demand it.
Your brother's. Why don't we just go to where his brother's ring is? Down by the dock.
That's
Can-
an idea.
Or
Can
do we know
get, like,
exactly?
Can we get our gold blessed first? Like our treasures and stuff. We have a lot of gold, and this queen's supposed to be able to know where we are.
Oh yeah, you were going to
Got
go
that
launder the
connection.
money at a local church. That's right.
Yeah.
You were going to do that.
What is
yeah.
the nearest church?
You'd probably best need a Church of Bahamut to launder that money, technically. So,
As a cleric, wouldn't I be able to know where those like locations are?
give me a religion roll.
Cleric with no religion.
I've got a 2 in religion.
I mean, you're level. Well, no, you're not level 1 anymore. That's right. 12, good enough. Between that,
level 1 now.
that's true. Good enough. Like, you sort of remember, and with asking around, just a couple of people, they're like, yeah, there's a Church of Bahamut over this way. So, they kind of lead you in the right direction. And you arrive in the church, and there's a lot of dragonborn here, as well as humans and other kind of type priests, just praying to this big statue of made out of pure platinum, of a giant dragon in this chapel. One of the priests approaching is like, "Can I help you?"
Hi, my name is Midnight. I am actually a cleric of the great and powerful Ogman. Have you heard of him? I'm sure you have. You're just so awesome. So anyway, so Ogman has blessed me with this amazing knowledge that we must get this gold blessed, and he told me you would be the great place to go. So how about you help me out, and I might be able to provide an offering as well in exchange. Yes, yes.
Oh, well, so you're saying you'd like to make a donation to the church?
Yes, exactly. Donations. Yes, donations are a wonderful thing. She zones
Okay.
out, stares off in the distance, and then goes back into the conversation. Yes, I'd like to help you if you can help me. I think one priest to a priestess, we gotta work things out, Yeah.
Looks at you and kind of like, how much of a donation are we talking about here?
50 gold pieces?
50. Well,
To help
you would like,
bless our items?
well, I mean, how much gold, how much, what's the value of what I'm blessing here? Like, I feel like,
Ooh, that's a lot.
do you plan to donate it all? Or
I was wanting to keep some. Like, out of character. I want to buy some shinies. I have shinies that must be blessed to buy more shinies.
so what can you offer him? Like, he's not just gonna like freely bless, what was it, like a few thousand pieces of gold here or whatever it was?
Give him the crown.
But I'm the dragon queen. Okay. How can I surrender my crown?
Kind of looks it over and he's like, "Oh my, this thing is terribly evil. This is a very strange music, very strange artifact that you've brought us, but I know where this comes from and I know what it means. You've gotten into some terrible stuff, I imagine.
We
So
actually found it.
oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh,
We slaughtered many foul cultists of the evil dragon queen. We carried
Oh.
forth your banner. You should do this favor for us.
did you? Well, persuasion.
I would like to be the one aiding her, not the one doing it for her. So
Okay, so
this is her scene.
Okay.
Roll it though, and if I do anything good, we can whatever Sean says it is. So there's mine.
yeah, and then he's just kind of taken aback by you. He's okay with you killing Tiamat cultists because they're Tiamat cultists, but he's like, I don't know if I can take on the burden of this foul hoard treasure and keep it here.
Is there something I can do as a cleric that's like
Okay, we'll take
To
the crown
provide
back and do
services?
something else with it then.
What were you asking, Tiffany?
is there something I can do as a cleric that's like services related? Like maybe do some blessing or like healing some people?
Like if you were a cleric of Bahamut, maybe, but you're not of the same god, so he doesn't not want you there, but you're not of the same tenets and faiths, so it's just like no.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Midnight, what's your background?
Researcher?
Oh.
Sage researcher. I offer to help collect information for his god.
Well, you have run into some cultists and
I have taken quite a few of notes.
Yeah, you you have notes. Do you have notes about the encounter with the cultists that you encountered?
Midnight takes detailed notes of everything.
Oh, so you spend some time going over notes with him, and he sees that you noted that they came for the hoard, the treasure hoard, and they knew what it was. And you have this weird crown, which the crown's significance is really nothing other than it has the visage of Tiamat herself and like her colors and everything. Um, but yeah, other than that, so you kind of get an even exchange, and he's like, "Look, so if you can do me a favor, how about this? You give me half of the hoard, and I'll bless the other half and exchange this Tiamat crown for a tiara of our god. How's that?"
I discussed this with the group because it's not just my gold.
Rivik will take convincing. He'd rather take his chances and kill a few more cultists and give away half his money to this jackwagon.
Can I just give him all of my share? Can I do that?
It'd be a
I'll
fourth.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice my fourth so everyone else can keep their stuff, and I
got all this copper weighing me down.
yeah, like I got a shit ton of copper. I have almost 2,000 coins of just copper.
So he'll roll a persuasion again. See if you can convince him to take just your share.
I'm praying to Ogman right now myself.
Nice.
20. Yes, thank you, Ogman.
So for a fourth of the gold, Midnight's portion, he'll actually exchange everything out for the equivalent of gems, which makes it easier for you guys to carry. And he'll also trade out the crown. So Midnight, you actually do get the equivalent of the crown, but just instead of being chromatic dragons, it's metal dragons. So like each tip is like copper, brass, gold, silver, and so it's kind of the exact opposite. He blesses the
Okay.
crown and it changes.
All right.
And for making a minor donation to the church, you can all have a blessing of a +1 for the rest of the session tonight.
Oh,
Sweet. Oh my god. The fuck.
Cool. So you guys exchange out your gold. You have a small blessing for doing a good deed basically. And yeah, Mortlock's like, I can take you to my brother's place if you want.
actually, I want to have a word with this priest real quick.
Okay, cool. What do you want to say?
So you've done this service for us, and we've, given you a significant amount of money. Not too much, but enough. Now, I have a feeling that we're going to be running into more of this type of situation to where we're going to need a cleansing. Can we come back to you in good faith?
It's like, yeah, I feel like we have a good rapport. If you ever need a favor, or you ever need my help again, sure, come back.
Fair enough.
Bahamut be with you.
Dragons.
And
I have
also
a
with you.
question. Oh my god. So how much did I donate exactly, just so I can subtract my gold and
How
stuff?
much you got?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what your take was.
I have
last week.
1,725 copper pieces. I have 438 silver pieces and 179 gold pieces, but 12 of those was before we picked up the stuff.
So just half your silver and your copper, and we'll just call it even.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Cool.
Math is hard.
Math is indeed hard.
says the person playing D&D.
We're on roll 20. It adds all this stuff up for us.
Yeah, we're good. And you don't have to
Well,
math.
I had to math to subtract. But I did lose like 30 pounds of gold weighing me down. So
Nice. So as you leave the church, Mortlock kind of takes you guys aside and he's like, so look, my brother, he's kind of an arrogant one. He works out of the Low Lantern, and he kind of runs a loan shark business. So maybe if you approach him as if you're wanting a loan, maybe we could get close to him. I don't know. It's just an idea.
I suppose that could work.
Cool.
I have an idea.
I'm interested.
I offer myself as tribute to be, the lone E, because I'm a massive nerd and want to spend all of my money on books, player handbook, that things that I don't need but most definitely want. Dice. Oh man, I should take a drink.
So what he does is he basically loans people money and then charges it back at a great interest. So that's his business. That's what he does.
So I go looking for a loan so I can buy books. Like the nerd my character is.
How do you guys want to approach this? Do you want to offer up midnight as the sacrifice, or
As like collateral?
No, I mean, he's not going to take a warm body as collateral, but
Are you saying she's not good enough for him?
That's not what I'm saying.
She might be saving herself for Ogman, but she is all lady.
Cool.
Yeah, we should go check out this place, but I'll be honest, Mortlock, I'm not in the mood for sweet talking your brother since he's summoning demons.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. He's like, look, it's like most places in Baldur's Gate, it's kind of a rough place. So just don't want to get in and over your head, and I don't want to die. And I'm sure my mom probably gonna kill me anyways. So, it might be better if you took him hostage and maybe he can get us into the house. So they definitely don't want me there. But do what you gotta.
You say the sweetest thing.
All right, I'll play your game.
So, we're like beating up loan sharks now on behest of this guy who is part of the family of loan sharks, but also part of the family of people who are working with demons.
Yes.
So Mortlock did tell you that he wants nothing to do with his family anymore, and that had you not convinced him to hang out with you, he would have disappeared from the city and never come back.
Right.
So
I'm just pointing out, seems, I don't know, weird, but it seems like the right thing to do, because we did save you, and you seem cool, and we taught you into hanging out with us. But it's weird that the first thing you wanted us to do is take out your loan shark brother. I don't know.
Well, he didn't say that he wanted us to take him out.
No. I mean, if you kill him, you're probably doing the world a favor, but you could probably use him to get too close to my mom. It's just a thing.
Where is your house, by the way?
It's in the upper city. I'm sure with your badges you could probably get up there with no problem, but they're definitely not going to let you into my house or into Mom's house.
I am starting to side with Steve's character over here.
Raylan.
Cake
Raylan.
boy.
First thing that happens when the guy that's gonna help us wants to help us is go kill this guy for me and use your clout to do it. I have reservations.
You said that we could. You said we could like use your brother to get close to your mom. What's your brother like want from your mom that we could use to like leverage that situation?
You could literally leverage my brother, like, to get to my mom. She never leaves the house unless it's something important. So, and there's nothing important going on. So if you're gonna get to her, you're gonna need to get into the house, which you're probably gonna need my brother to do.
So you're suggesting kidnapping and extortion?
You don't want us to kill him.
I mean, like I said, if he leaves this world in a horrible bloody mess, ain't nobody gonna miss him. But you might want to keep him around just long enough to get into the mansion.
Rivik has no problem with kidnapping and extortion.
You're not doing this for me. I'm just trying to help you out since you didn't put a sword through my face.
Not yet.
You want me to put a sword through your face?
No, that is definitely something I don't want.
Okay.
All right, Mortlock. We'll lead the way.
All right. So,
Raylan will just be muttering to himself like, kidnapping and extortion is wrong, but they're bad guys, and we're doing it to beat bigger bad guys. Oh, jeez.
So
Would you say, Raylan, the ends justifies the means?
No, I don't think that's right.
for
What
the
if
greater good?
What? Oh, no.
Also possibility here. Okay, let's move on before Raylan backtracks.
Right? So, you stop off at the Elf Song Tavern to sort of dump off your extra load, and you pretty much permanently rent.
Phrasing.
I know. You permanently rent a room there where basically your stuff's secured and you don't have to worry about it. So you're good to go. And then Mortlock leads you down to the docks at the Low Lantern.
I have a question before we continue further. Is there a currency exchange station anywhere between here's and there?
Why?
So that we can cash in all this copper for a lesser amount of gold?
I said the priest actually exchanged everything out.
Oh,
and gave you
everything
several
out.
gems.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you just.
So you're
took that
basically
chunk.
carrying a bag of gems. He took part of Midnight's chunk
Okay.
of cash as an exchange, and then basically just took all that hoard money and gave you several gems that are worth that amount. So
Okay.
your pockets are not as heavy anymore.
Okay, so I'm just gonna delete all this copper.
Yeah, just transfer it all up to gold if you want.
But what is the exchange rate? Because I am not smart.
Oh, he didn't.
1 for 1 because Sean is cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love you.
because he gave you a piece. You gave him a part of your share, so he just took it and blessed it and 1 for 1'd it. So you're not being followed by Tiamat cultists at the moment. At least not because of the horde itself.
So much gold.
I think she meant the exchange rate from copper to gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh God, what is it?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what you should have. If you hadn't given away your money, you should have had 363 gold, 7 silver, and 5 copper. So for you, 363 gold since Sean took all your copper and silver.
Well, he gave me. He
right?
said I could do half of each.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so you just be half of 363.
Yeah.
Be 132 because you're rounding up, unless Sean tells you to round down, and it's
No.
131.
How much
It's
silver?
fine. Round up.
No, that
Okay,
would be
so-
gold for Tiffany.
No, I'm asking how much silver for just a regular.
Oh, 363 gold, 7 silver, 5 copper is what you should come out to.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is?
Isn't it 100 copper equals 1 silver and 100 silver equals 1 gold?
10. 10 coppers of silver, 10 silvers of gold, 100 coppers of gold.
Okay.
This is 5e.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The exchange rates never change, though. It doesn't matter what version of the game you look at.
Yeah,
They've always been 10
the
for
same.
10, 10 for 1.
Okay. I just
So
wanted
you-
to make sure.
You make your way to the low lantern.
We're literally making our way downtown.
Make our way downtown. Walking past busy downtown.
You are indeed. You are indeed. And as you approach the low lantern, fog obscures the low lantern until you get within 100 feet of it, whereupon its tall masts and creaking bulk come into view. The converted ship was rigged has rigging but no sails, and is anchored to the wharf by thick chains. A wooden staircase climbs from the wharf's edge to the main deck. A lantern at the bow casts an eerie green light to signify that the tavern is open for business. Do you approach during day or night?
Music that I just selected says night.
You're
We
approaching
approach
by
during
night.
Who goes to a tavern in the day? I
I
mean,
don't know.
except. I mean, never mind. I recuse myself from this question.
So yeah, it's a lively place at this point. There, you hear music, you hear a roaring crowd, conversational type crowd, not necessarily like a party going on. And yeah, you're standing here at the edge of the stairs.
So, Mortlock, what does your brother look like?
It's twin brother.
It's he looks like a slime bag. He looks like a dirt ball. He just looks. I mean, he looks like a pompous guy, just a pompous fop. His hair is all like poofed out, and he just has one of those like shitty, like, you know, goatees. You'll recognize him. Always dressed in black. It's just, you know.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the percentage of people in this establishment that look like dirtbags?
And wear black.
You're not inside yet, so.
Oh, okay.
While they're talking, Midnight just walks in. She just walks in. She doesn't listen. She just walks in. Boop.
Cool. You walk up there, and the main deck of the old ship features wooden steps that climb to the forecastle and aft castle, and another set of stairs descending into the ship. A padlocked wooden hatch fitted with windows acts as a skylight for the deck below. The tavern proper, visible through the hatch's glass panes. 4 dead seagulls lie on the deck, and 2 ravens squawk at you from the crow's nest at a 40-foot climb up the ship's rigging.
Midnight immediately squawks back. She does
They
not
squawk
speak.
back at you.
She doesn't speak Kinku or anything like that, but she just starts squawking and all that other stuff, and she pretends that she knows what she's saying.
They squawk,
she-
you squawk. The ravens get bored of it after a few minutes.
Cool. She makes documentation in her notes. They are not Kinku, just birds.
So, where can we find your lauder? Your brother?
I don't know. I've never actually really been to this place.
Do you even know if he's here?
I know he's always here. This is his hangout. My family, we don't really associate much together, so, you know. In fact, you know what? If you don't mind, it might be best if I just kind of stand outside here at the door. I'll watch it for you.
Midnight
Yeah.
tries to go down the stairs to go inside the ship.
Yeah, stay and watch the wagon.
Boop! Going down the stairs, waiting for nobody.
He just kind of leans up against the edge of the wharf there, and just kind of sits there, looks around. That's it.
I'll also just go ahead and head in. I'll let him
Cool.
watch the thing.
At that point, I follow because I follow Raylan.
All right, cool. So you guys end up over this way.
Ooh.
And
I immediately head over to the bar and I plot myself up and I look at the bird and I whisper quite loudly,
Are you a bird? Are you a kinku? I don't know if you speak common or not.
she just like smiles. It's like super awkward and has no social graces whatsoever.
yeah. So, where is the thing?
Don't mind
Which
her.
deck is this, Sean? I have different music for each deck.
This is
This is the tavern deck.
this is Tavern Deck.
Tavern deck, got it. Starting now, thank you.
Tavern Deck.
We're gonna hear some shanties.
Possibly.
Ooh.
I don't know, we'll find out. Syrinscape's pretty awesome. They might be shanties.
Hey,
Thank
remember
you,
that
Patty
one
Shakes.
time when Steve got crap scared out of him
Yes, I
to the
do.
Syrinscape?
That's a true story. That did happen.
It was beautiful.
Where? Oh, so scroll. Where? Come here. Come on. There we go. So as you sit down, Midnight, you see this woman at the end of the bar. She kind of waves over at you. And she's like, "Well met. My name is L'Oreal Thundrith, but folks around here call me the Captain. If you're thirsting for a beverage or looking to gamble, you've come to the right place. Watch your ship. Things get pretty messy around here."
Is
Have fun.
the ship on water? Does it move? Can I rock the boat?
Are you already drunk?
Yes,
Anyway.
on knowledge. I am drunk on the love of the great and wonderful Ogman.
Okay. Sure. Enjoy yourself. Yes,
Thank
this is a
you.
boat. Yes, it's on water. It's secured against the dock. Enjoy yourself. What's everybody else doing?
And that's just being
So
weird.
we're here to find and take the brother, correct? That's why we're at this bar?
Yeah, who
Yes.
do we see in this room?
Okay, in that case, I'm waiting for my compatriots' leads, and you do what I normally do, take one single drink and turn into a statue and serve.
So,
What was
You-
what was her name again? I'm sorry.
Laurel Thundrin?
The captain.
Yeah,
La-
Laurel something. Thundrin.
Lara Elra.
Laura Elra. It's not
Yeah.
Laura, not Laurel.
Also, to interrupt you all, Patty Shakes is awesome. He subbed. Everyone cheer.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
Thank you!
I
Much love.
I also told him he could give someone, Steve, disadvantage for the whole session if he wanted, but he has not taken advantage of this yet.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you gave Steve disadvantage the whole session, that would be. I mean, Steve gets disadvantage the whole session.
Look. You're only hurting yourselves when the paladin
we,
can't
though?
smite things.
It's true.
Are we?
I mean, you got someone who can stabilize you if you hit like death stuff. I can heal you. So are we really at a disadvantage because you have a cleric on your side?
I
Like,
don't know. Maybe if someone could cash #bless on me.
So, Rivik, you sit down, you have enough time to observe everybody in the room, and nobody fits the description that Mortlock gave you.
Telepathically alert the party to this and suggest perhaps he's on a different deck. Or simply not here yet.
Or is he? Oh, no. He is. I'm sorry.
Okay, I do not
No.
telepathically.
I'm sorry.
The whole
No,
last 2
he's
seconds
not.
doesn't happen.
No, it does. He's not on this level.
Okay. Perhaps he is on a different level or has not arrived. Telepathically. All three of you.
Maybe we should ask around and see
Yeah,
if
who-
people know him. Or would that give away what we're doing here? And maybe we'd tell one of his friends and then they'd alert him and then he wouldn't come here. Or would he come here to beat us up because now he knows that we're after him? Oh,
That's
jeez.
right, perhaps.
Immediately,
Make this
Midnight
call.
turns over to the captain, and she says,
Excuse me, my fine, gentle woman. I have questions. I had overheard some individuals discussing someone else that might be able to help me with some financial situations. I'm in search of a very unique book, and it's so rare, but unfortunately, it's far more than what my finances can afford. I need this book in my collection. Can you help direct me to the right person that might be able to assist me?
You know, usually when people drink, they get a little less intense. But if you're looking for books, you might want to go to the library. But if it's money you're after, yeah, there's somebody a deck below that can probably help you with that.
Thank you so much.
and then she just slips a gold piece in the captain's hand and walks away.
She just kind of tosses it to the bartender.
Probably wondering why you're giving money after asking for money.
Because it was one
think-
gold
I think she's found out why she needs money.
piece. Pretty much. No, that is honestly like the exact reason.
Who all
Not
do we
very
see in this room?
You see,
A general layout.
A very confused Kenku.
yeah, you see a very confused Kinko. You see a Durgar, an Underdark dwarf, a couple of human commoner types. You see somebody who has like some. You see a flaming fist soldier who's just kind of. He's got all of his gear on, but he just looks drunk off of his ass. You see a sort of. You see a halfling who has spectacles and is like over there belting out sea shanties, and you see a couple of elvish type individuals off on the other side. Everybody kind of looks like they're keeping to themselves. Everybody but nobody like approaches anybody, nobody says anything to anybody. They're all just kind of like trying to kind of keep to their own.
No one's starting shit with the paladin shiny armor man in the middle of this tavern.
Not really.
Okay.
Everybody kind of keeping themselves. Nobody wants to get into a fight. Nobody wants to mess with. Everybody's here to kind of like have their own personal space and do what they want.
Okay.
Midnight's busy taking notes and sketches of everyone in various spots and keeping personal space, like respecting boundaries, because they had a very long talk about keeping distance.
It's very good, Midnight. Thank you.
She's
More
just
catnip.
trying,
Without
trying
so
just trying to do better.
Then
Come on,
I-
Midnight. Let's go get your money.
Yay! Book time!
So as you guys are about to do that, a cloaked figure approaches, armor clanking with each step. One gloved hand rests on the hilt of a longsword. The other pulls a black cowl to reveal the face of a teenager with brown skin, red hair, and a haunting gaze.
This person's seen some shit.
Person has seen some shit. Walks up to the bar and is just talking and trying to get like a drink.
Is him?
Hmm?
Is him?
No.
Okay.
He looks too young to be here.
I say nothing to the party, but I Hawkeye this guy.
Give me a perception check. You Hawkeye the crap out of it.
Holy
What?
Shit!
That's double.
Double
What?
that 20s? What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Double that 20s. That's amazing.
So you're Hawkeyeing this woman so hard that you actually like sort of get into her head real quick, and you hear the name Rhea Mantlemorn, and you sense a great goodness in them. And also you notice that you know it just from as much as it's been mentioned or as much as you've seen it. There is a you can definitely see that she's trying to cover herself up, but as she goes to adjust her cloak and everything, you see a symbol, a holy symbol of Ethereal, the city that you heard has just been left as a crater. This person's
Telepathically.
heavily
Excuse me.
armored.
Telepathically. Excuse me, ma'am. Perhaps we could talk.
She looks around and just
I
is like,
lock gazes.
oh, she looks around and like does that initial like what the fuck, looks around, and then catches your gaze, and then you can only talk to her, right? She can't talk to you.
Yeah, it's two-way, but it's only one person at a time.
Okay, so she's like, get out of my head.
Do not worry.
Who are you?
I cannot sense your thoughts. Merely communicate. My name is Rivik.
Oh,
We've heard the terrible things that happened to your city, and we are here for insert name of bad guy. I would like to ensure that you are not also here for him.
She's you do mention enough that you do mention the Van Thampier name because you're probably
Yes.
talking about America. Yeah.
Yes.
So as soon as she hears that, she's like, we need to talk. She's like, not here. I think there's a more private area down below that we could probably have a discussion.
We'll be bringing my compatriots, just so you are not surprised. I slide my eyes to each of them.
She kind of catches up, and then she's like, she kind of looks at Midnight like, what the fuck? And then she definitely looks at Catherine, just like kind of gives a sort of like, what the fuck? But she's like, okay. She's like, I'll go down first, and then you can join me.
Thank you.
What about when she looks at Raylan?
Yeah, Raylan's obviously supporting. He's not hiding who he is.
It's that cake. She's intimidated by all that cake.
Oh.
Is Raylan just kind of staring around, like doesn't?
Yeah, basically just looking all around, dumb look on his face.
She kind of just like shakes her head and moves on.
Yeah.
I message each of them telepathically and say, follow me. There's been a complication, but that's all I tell them.
So, as you come down the steps here, you meet. She's at the far end of the boat there, and yeah. Does anybody want to look around, see what's going on? Check out this room real quick.
Sure.
Everybody, give me perception checks.
Who first?
Tyler, Steve, Tiffany, and Dwayne.
Nice.
Okay, not bad.
22. Can't breathe.
5.
Raylan, you're like, I'm a paladin.
Pretty lady paladin.
Midnight's like, I'm too busy recording everything that's happening.
And not being perceptive at all, regardless.
Fascinating lady paladin.
Kethra, you and Rivik, you're kind of the poised type, and you always kind of survey what's going on. So you actually quickly sort of scan the room, and you do catch a glimpse at the far other end of this deck. It is the dead-on description of the guy that you're looking for.
Sleazy mustache man.
Sleazy mustache man. He's kind of made up his own little office on that side.
I alert Kethra and Raylan, but not Midnight, because I know what Midnight will do.
You're very smart.
As we're walking down
And
this,
then I guide us over to the Lady Paladin.
What were you saying, Kethra?
I was gonna say, as we're coming down the stairs, I'd ask Rivik, what is the complication?
I merely point her out. She's here for our target. With all her, obviously high-level paladin glory.
So, yeah, she's sitting down and she kind of looks you over, and she kind of waits for you guys to explain who you are, and leaves it at
Unless
that.
the party stops me, I give her an abbreviated version of our entire story since we arrived in the city. Not before.
I would merely just show my flaming fist badge and say nothing.
100% truthful in my summary also.
She looks at you immediately and she's like, "You guys are cops? You're cops? You're the fucking flaming fist?"
We don't want to be. Allow me to explain, and then she gets the summary.
Oh, she's like, "So you've been press ganged. So you're not specifically being told to look for certain individuals that might be from out of town."
I'm
No,
from
and if
out of
we
town.
we could probably... There's a lot of people in here. It'd be easy to miss people like that.
Fair enough. So you seem decent enough. So, she says her
At
name's...
least one of us is. Looks at Raylan.
She says her name's Rhea Mantlemorn. She quickly identifies herself as a Hellrider from Ethereal, and she was training a few miles north of the city when it vanished. And she watched in disbelief as the companion's light, that was that orb that was sitting above the city, went out, turning black as the city appeared to crumble and sink below the horizon. It's a horrific image that Rhea is unable to get out of her mind, and she returned to Elthurl to find just a crater where it once stood. And she kind of took it upon herself to lead a group of fearful refugees west of Baldur's Gate. And before the Flaming Fists closed the gates, Rhea and a handful of others managed to sneak inside, but they didn't get too far before a group of Flaming Fist soldiers confronted them. And the refugees scattered, and Rhea soon found herself cornered by the Flaming Fist thugs. She wounded a soldier with her longsword and fled down an alley and stole a cloak to become better concealed her armor and weapons. And she's kind of been a wanted fugitive ever since, so the Flaming Fist kind of has it out for her. She hasn't been in Baldur's Gate long, and she's kind of quickly concluded that the city is a cesspool of corruption with death lurking around every foggy corner.
I wholeheartedly agree with her. What was her
Yeah,
name
you're not
again?
far off there.
Her name?
What's her name?
Yes, this person.
Her name is Rhea
thank you.
Mantlemorn. Yeah. She's investigating a rumor that Thavaeus Krieg, the overseer of Elthuriel, is in the city somewhere. Rhea hasn't confirmed whether the rumor is true, but reports say that Krieg was seen in the company of 4 guards employed by the Van Thamper family. So she knows that the Van Thamper estate is located in the upper city, and that's beyond her reach. But she's learned that Amric Van Thampier runs a business out of the Low Lantern, and she aims to question him about the veracity of the rumor. So, yeah, that's her story.
Everyone cheer for Funky Thunder giving us a subscription because he's the best.
Yeah.
What? Funky Thunder?
Funky.
His
He's
thunder
as cool
is the
as
funkiest.
you should all insert a cool wrestler here because I don't know any wrestlers.
Billy. What was God? Who was the one that we were talking about the weeks ago when we were playing?
Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, God, Steve. Who was it? It was
Don't know what you're talking about.
He's got nothing.
No, he had the beard and he was all like whatever, and like when we were playing
Oh,
Superior-
Big John
Hacksaw
Stud?
Jim Duggan?
Big John Stud. That's it.
Oh.
Big John
I can
Stud.
get behind that. Funky Thunder, you're as cool as Big John Stud.
There you go.
I want to snap into a Slim
It's a
Gem now.
30. It's a 30-year-old wrestling reference for you guys.
All right, hold up. He's not as cool as Macho Man Randy Savage, but he's close. So
Very close. So close. Rest in peace.
and he's found the Pikachu emoji, so we're good. All right, cool. Anyway, so that's her story. She's like, she asks you like, what's your connection to the Van Thampers? Why are you here?
Well, I mean, I gave her our entire story and I left nothing out. It was simply abbreviated.
Okay.
So, what I would have said would have been the truth. It would have been, on the recommendation of this man that Raylan is trying to reform, we're trying to infiltrate the house by kidnapping him and using him as leverage. I say this as if it's distasteful but necessary, in my opinion.
she's kind of like she's kind of sort of she's determined. So whatever it takes to try to figure out why her home has been destroyed, like she's sort of driven about it. But she hates Baldur's Gate, and it doesn't matter what it takes to get out of this place. So
Hey,
she's for it.
There's no reason to hate Baldur's Gate. It's a perfectly fine city. However, I do have a quick question. Out of game for the most part. Hellriders.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Sounds pretty awesome. One, that's not a question though. Two,
What is it?
What is a Hellrider?
What?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, what question mark and how question mark? No, what do Hellriders ride? Because she says she was actually above the city when it disappeared. So are they like flying griffins?
She was north of it.
She was north, not up. So she was
And
north.
for a hot
not
second there, I
above.
thought they were riding winged nightmares, and that would have been amazing.
Yeah, I was
Maybe-
like, what dopeness
Yeah.
were they riding? Okay, then
Maybe somebody should roll a history check, and maybe I can give you something.
I can. I mean, I have a history score.
I have
do.
a lot of history.
Let's see. You
Let's
guys can roll. Maybe
I
both
have
of you
Never
roll.
seen
And,
you roll in a while, Steve. You go first.
yeah.
Oh, this is.
Steve.
If you suck, I'll follow you up.
I cannot history.
I can support.
I have clicked history. There goes
okay.
history.
There goes history.
20.
Pretty good. Don't need me.
Not non-natural 20.
Let's see what everybody else does that has a history check. Let's see how high you can get.
You want to
You
go
go
first,
next.
Tyler?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Wait. Clicked it. There- Oh, there's a 20.
Ooh.
Nice. So collectively, you end up with a 24. With all of you
Take
sort
it.
of like, you kind of do that whole thing where you all turn around. You're like, what the hell, Hellrider?
Huddle.
Yeah.
Where she
So-
can hear nothing we're saying because we're looking away from her.
Yeah. Duh. That's how it works.
Loudly whispering.
So you have no like true interactions with Hellriders, or even, I mean, unless any of you actually went to town and heard. You just know of legends, and you remember, they were named as such because a while ago, a long time ago, there was a group of them that Ethereal was always a holy city, and you remember the rumor that there was like a god came down, or a servant of a god or something, and like enraptured them and was like, we have to go to hell and burn it to the ground and free it and change it for the good. And this rallying speech rose up like all of its guard, and they all mounted up on their horses and rode through a portal straight to hell.
Metal.
Yeah.
That's
Hold
About-
on. Hold on.
pretty effing
Hold
metal.
hold on. Hold on.
Well,
That earns this. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. So
so would you say that she is
well, there's
a living legend?
she is not a living legend, because what happened was that this group rode into hell, and they eventually came back, but a lot of them were like just traumatized from the whole experience. But the tradition has been handed down that basically the guards of the city and the like super elite guards of the city were basically called Hellriders, and they did ride like nightmares and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
if not that, their horses and like gear were always like very metal hell themed. So yeah, they're exactly what you think they are.
So she's a badass.
If they earn that title, this person is a badass. Yes. She was not one of the ones that rode down, but the tradition was handed down over the years, and basically if you earn that title, you're a badass.
I acknowledge her badassdom.
He acknowledges your badassdom, your ashy sort of like, hellish looking gaze there.
I mean, you've got the wings of ash, don't you?
And my one broken eye.
That's right, the broken eye.
I mean, you went to hell and back. It's fine.
I always kind of pictured like your ashen wings are there, not there, sort of thing, where they kind of float in and out, and sort of like this flame, like sort of rides out of your back every once in a while. Just yeah, cool. All right. So yeah, that's what a Hellrider is, and that's who she is, and the fact that she's trying to figure out what the hell happened to her hometown. She's probably a good lead on the whole thing altogether. And she also said that the leader of the town might have something to do with it disappearing, and she wants to find out. So, or at the least find the leader of the town and ask him questions, or at least link back up with him.
The leader of the town that got blowed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name was, I'll say it again, Thavius Krieg.
Thaddeus Krieg.
Thavius.
Getting these names right.
Thaddeus. L'Oreal Thavius.
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Is she like the CEO of a hair company? Is that?
No.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if you run an old-timey like pirate tavern in the middle of this town, you have some hair remedies to get all sorts of stuff out of your hair at the end of the night.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? You bring up a good point. It's probably a true statement. It's probably a true statement. Yeah.
I need these secrets, please.
I would like to have a quick telepathic collaboration to gather votes from the party, and if we should ask her to join us in our crusade.
Yes. 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 1,000 times yes. I have 1,000 questions.
Really?
And her head almost explodes, but like you just see the smoke kind of filtering through her ears. She has questions.
Well,
1,000 of them.
she seems pretty capable, and like, she's probably a good person because of that whole thing. And she seems to be looking for answers that are kind of similar to what we are. But the more
I wait
people...
30 seconds, and then I interrupt him and say, "I'll mark you down for yes."
Okay.
That's right.
I assume Midnight has millions of questions, and I'm hoping that Raylan wants to help out a fellow paladin. So I'm game.
Yes to at least one of those.
Yes.
Once I have affirmation telepathically, I will say out loud, "Would you like to join us? Perhaps you can aid us, and we can aid you, and everyone can maybe not
Just
win, but be satisfied with the outcome."
She's like, yes, definitely. I would gladly join you, as long as you can protect me from the flaming fist and get me out of this godforsaken city alive. I'll definitely accept any help that you can provide.
Oh, you don't got to worry about that. We'll run interception for you.
Cool. Yeah. So she's with you.
Can we talk smiting techniques?
Now
You
that
already
she's
have
with
a
us-
girlfriend. Stop it.
now that she's with
We're
us, I
not
put it to
we're not exclusive.
our 5-man party.
You're dating someone named Vendetta. You're exclusive.
It's kind of a fair point.
Yeah, she's not lying.
Raylan doesn't know that.
Raylan doesn't know he's dating.
That's also true.
That is true.
Raylan also
Raylan-
doesn't know a lot of things. That is my fuss, Missy. Thank
I
you.
put it to our new 5-person party. So
Would
how
it-
we want to go about getting that guy, and now everyone knows that he's here in the room with us.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not paying attention to anything but himself at this point. So, I will say that he does kind of look like he's got some rough characters next to him. You can actually see
Where exactly is Dastardly McMustache?
he's up at the north side of this room.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a bodyguard, and you're pretty sure it's just a dude wearing a like really spiky armor, but you might be wrong about that.
Like,
I'll
Okay.
I'll whisper to Raylan, and I'll say, "Is your demon sense tingling at all?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Loop.
Yeah, can I do my divine sense?
You can in 1 second here.
Midnight just starts walking out.
No, Midnight goes and plops herself at the bar. Okay, she's remembering something she read up in a book about picking people up, like how to seduce individuals. So she's trying to like, that's what she thinks she's doing. And so she goes up there and she goes to the kinku and she squawks and then tries to speak because she has no tact whatsoever and says she
Yeah.
wants to buy the guy a drink.
He actually is like insulted that you're trying to squawk at him. He's just like, I speak common. If you want a drink, just ask me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm hi. And then she just puts like a copper piece down and like apologizes profusely and then says she wants to buy the guy over there a drink, and then she puts down like another she puts down a silver piece as like to pay, and then like the change is his, and she feels like, fuck, I did a thing, I gotta stop that.
So, Raylan, you want to do your thing, right?
Yes.
Read what it does to me again, just so I make doubly
I
sure.
will post it up in the thingam. Yes.
Presence of strong evil registers in your sense like a noxious odor and powerful good rings like heavy music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not being totally covered. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, and any being whose presence you sense but is not identified. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place, object, or consecrated, desecrated. You can use this feature a number of times. Okay, cool. So you activate that. I imagine you just kind of like go into the zone and sort of sense it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, like what Dwayne did.
what did Dwayne do? I missed out there.
Paladin.
Or you just do like the Sean Spencer, like, you know.
Oh,
I see a vision.
Starts spinning around in circles.
Gotta do the radar sound. Boop 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 boop. Demon.
Can we just pretend that it's like that scene from Finding Dory where like the beluga whale is going boo, like he has to like make the noise in order to use the echolocation kind of thing. Yes.
No, it's not like that.
Can we pretend it is though?
I mean,
Like
if you
that's how
want to,
Midnight
sure.
pictures it in her head.
Midnight can picture it that way.
Okay.
So yes, Steve, you know that there is a fiend north of you, standing very close to that dude. That is not that is not a spined armored dude. That is an actual fiend. Which seems to be a running theme for the Van Thampier so far, is having like evil creatures around them.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
You sure it's okay?
Is Raylan like wetting
So-
himself? Or...
So Raylan has a small internal crisis where he's just like, okay, you found a fiend. You found a fiend here. Kill it. Smite it. In the name of a monitor. No. Subtlety. Nuance. Tell your friends to smite it.
We can't though.
This is like all internalized. Just like, okay, you've got this.
I'm looking at him as if he's still using his power, trying to find out.
So
You've noticed that it went from like
Is it a
he
yes,
looked
or-
all he went all like zen, and then you see like the brow furrows, and like his lips kind of contort, and he's just like
there's a forehead vein that's just bulging out.
there's beads of sweat start dripping down from his
He
hair.
looks like he's pooping himself, honestly.
He looks constipated. Yes.
All right, so I'll come out of the trance. That spiky guy next to the Van Vampire.
Uh-huh.
Those aren't armor spikes. Those are hell spikes. That man is not a man. That man is a fiend. We should smite him.
Everybody's kind of like,
Dun dun dun.
I'm gonna go hit him with this sword real quick.
No, you can't.
I'll be
You
right
can't.
back.
You can't.
What?
No, you can't. Remember, we have a plan in place. Midnight is bait.
Yeah, we are trying to be tactful in this situation.
We gotta try to be sneaky.
Okay.
So speaking of being sneaky, Midnight sent over like a drink to the guy. Did he receive it?
he kind of looks at you weird, and he's like, he kind of raises his glass, and he's just like, "Thank you," like that.
She
A
takes that
quizzical
as an
thank you.
She obviously takes it as a sign of yes, okay, I can come over. So she just kind of saunters over, trying to walk seductively, and while she has the curve, she kind of over enunciates her walking, so she looks drunk.
You're also a cat lady, so does anybody prevent Midnight from approaching Merrick?
No, I don't think so.
No,
That's the plan.
but I definitely moved further up.
Yeah,
Okay,
now
so-
that we know that the bodyguard is a fiend and not a dude, definitely approaching this a lot more cautious, and
Right.
and ready to go.
Do put your characters wherever you want them as the scene starts to play out.
Plot myself on that
Wreck
last bar stool.
Okay.
Order myself a drink,
Put
and
me in an unobtrusive corner, please. And this room distance really doesn't affect me anyways.
You're in an unobtrusive corner currently.
Well, then I will accept this and stay there.
Okay, 5, 10, 15,
We'll put
20.
him there.
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
to make sure that we we let Rhea know the
Thunder
situation.
would very much like you to smite no matter what anyone's telling you, and he's
Yeah.
contemplating giving you advantage on that smite.
Rhea kind of feels like Kathra is really the only one who knows what she's doing. So she kind of sticks close to you.
How wrong you can be.
I'm a
He's
pa-
gonna nosedive somewhere eventually at some point.
I'm a fellow paladin.
She gets a weird vibe from you.
Oof.
That is unfortunate.
So Amric sort of looks you over Midnight, and he's like, "Enchanté, my dear. Would you like to have a seat?"
She immediately sits on his lap.
Oh, that is aggressive.
Oh, jeez.
And you notice like the fiend character kind of gives you a stare of death and is like 1 minute away from trying to slit your throat. And
Ooh.
you know you should probably go sit on the other couch.
He's jealous. That's okay.
So he quickly kind of like nudges you off and like, "Have a seat over there, my dear. Why don't we sit down and have pleasantries? Then maybe we can
She
move to the
sits-
more handling things."
Okay. So she sits down and she's like smoothing everything out. She's trying to like get comfortable and look professional, smooths her hair out and stuff. And she's just kind of like sitting there. Yes. Hi. Hello. My name is Twilight, and I am in need of financial aid. I'm looking to get my hands on a very specific, very extremely rare book, but unfortunately it is outside of my budget. I had overheard someone telling, someone else that you were one to assist in such matters.
Oh, well, my dear, there are a great many bookstores here selling odd books. So, what is the name of this book that you're after, if I might ask?
She should know a name like on the top of her head.
Give me a name.
Charlie.
Darling's Pleasantries.
Darlene's Pleasantries.
Yes.
An afternoon of cooking with Amadeus.
An afternoon of cooking with. Darling's Pleasantries, and that is the subtitle, An Afternoon of Cooking with Amadeus.
And it's like super rare, like book with like recipes from like the age past.
He kind of goes, I've never heard of such a book. What does it detail? Well, tell me about this book. What piques your interest so much about it?
It's a super old cooking book from like 2 ages ago, and I am in need of learning these recipes. I am a worshiper of the god Ogman. I don't know if you could tell. I mean, I have his necklace around my neck. I love him so much. But anyway, that's besides the point. I would love to have this part of my collection. I just need to know what these cooking recipes taste like. I like putting weird things in my mouth.
He just kind of looks at you like, wow.
All right then.
I mean, it's not a lie. She's not lying.
So he kind of looks at you and he's like, well, why don't we get down to brass tacks, shall we? I can give you a loan of up to 150 gold pieces. I expect repayment in a 10-day, and I charge a 25% interest on the loan. So are those, I imagine, if those terms are acceptable, then we have a deal. If not, you can go on your way.
Yes, of course. I fully accept your terms.
Do you ever plan on paying this guy back?
Yeah.
Yes,
with a
but not
smite.
in the way he imagined.
Roll me charisma or deception, whichever's higher for you.
They are both the same. Wait, no. Charisma. Okay, charisma. 23.
Whoa! Nice.
Wow. Almost max.
He kind of looks at you for a moment and like, you are an odd duck, but very well. And he
She
kind of
flax.
he looks over at his bodyguard and kind of like waves his hand over, and the fiend produces a pouch out from underneath, you're not sure where, and he sort of like does the whole thing where he like bounces the gold in his hand for a second and he puts it on the table. He's like, now what's the meaning of the contract? And he also like pulls out this sheet of paper, the scroll, and just sign right here at the bottom.
I would happily sign. However, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable being in these situations. Is it possible we can move to a more remote location? I don't want all these other people staring at me. It's kind of not comfortable for a cleric of my stature to be in such a place. People talk, it is Baldur's Gate.
My dear, I don't move from the seat either unless there's 16 titties or a mountain of gold. So
I
if
have
you
8.
have
Does that
either
count?
of those, I don't think it works that way. But no,
She's a cat. She's got 8 nipples.
I don't.
She got you there, man. That's half.
She does.
That's half the
Now-
requirement.
Man, I'm gonna search that on the internet, and I'm gonna not. I'm gonna
Cats-
regret
I'm
it.
gonna fire a
Cats have
telepathic message off to Midnight if I can.
Okay, of course you can. Like, it's
Midnight,
not.
make sure both of their attention is only on you. I feel like if you cuddle up even more, you'll get the strange-looking fellow's attention.
Well, okay.
Dominate their attention, the two of them.
Okay. She immediately kind of like jumps onto his lap.
Oh, okay. He's like, oh,
Okay.
this again. Oh, this So at the moment, at this point, the bodyguard's like, you've done this twice, and at that point, he moves next to Emmerich and kind of stares you down, and you can see that he's a few moments away from just tearing you to shreds because you're being
Use
kind of
those
handsy with the
moments-
bra.
Use those
Handsy with the bra.
moments to quietly clear the room of everyone but us.
Yeah, everybody kind of like gets out, kind of goes away, goes back upstairs.
Telepathic message to Raylan
Yes.
as I quietly close the hatch. Clunk about that smiting.
I'll my hand will kind of like go to the hilt of my sword.
And
and
while
grip
this is going on,
Rivik,
Midnight
just
is touching.
Yes.
roll me a stealth real quick, just to.
There it goes. Natural
Everything's
20.
fine.
I'll put these rolls.
Wow. Okay, so Tyler put in the dope cheat codes tonight. This is great.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Smiling on me.
Yep, everything's cool.
Confident.
So, Midnight, you're in his lap. The fiend is about to slit your throat, and what does everybody else do?
I wait for Raylan to smite, and then I'm gonna roll initiative.
All right.
Yeah. I would like to draw my sword as quick as possible, charge at the demon, and smite the ever-loving hell out of him.
Please
Also,
do.
Funky Thunder gave you
Yes,
advantage.
please,
on
I don't
your
wanna die.
smiting, Raylan.
Kethra nudges Rhea.
You have advantage from the audience, yes.
Yes.
Boom. All right.
Don't forget you have the blessing of a +1 too.
Yes, and
Oh.
yeah, there was another +1 at the end of our last session before we missed
I
a
think
week. Where
I got
he gave-
2 votes last week, so I think I have a
That sounds right.
cumulative +2 for this.
So
Plus
you're at
advantage.
so you're at advantage +3.
Yes, and the way that like he wears the shield like kind of on his back, like just walking around, and the sword on his hip. So with this, but specifically for the first time, you see Raylan draw his sword and actually grip it with 2 hands, and when he rushes forward, actually takes a full 2-handed swing at the demon, at the fiend.
Oh shit.
Nice. Go for it.
So
Kethra thinks to herself, how beautiful.
Fucking some shit up, my dude.
Roll 1. Roll 1.
Oh my god. No.
Roll 1. So that is a.
that's a 17.
Oh yeah, that's 17. No, that's an 18.
That's an 18 plus
Yeah, because
3.
you get the +3.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
had +2. Sorry.
Nope, you got a +3. You have a +1 because of the blessing. You got a +2
Oh,
because
yes.
of last week. So remember, you're at +3 at everything that you do.
Got it.
Literally everything you
Everything
do. you're
I
at
do.
+3.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Let's do this. So
Yeah.
is an 18.
That hits. Roll some damage.
Boom.
Roll some smite.
And all right. So the damage of the sword itself is 8.
Wait, does that also get the +3?
Yeah.
That's 11.
So 11 plus
Plus.
sorry.
Did you freeze, Steve?
Nope, just getting everything set up here.
Smite plus, wait for it.
9
12.
10 11 12 radiant damage.
Holy shit, he's dead.
What's the total damage at this point?
The total damage is
It's 12
8, 9
plus
10 11
11.
11 slashing plus 12 radiant, which if he's
33.
a fiend, the radiant he may be vulnerable to. I wouldn't know for sure. Which
So-
would double that damage.
For cinematic sake, what happens is Raylan just kind of like, you've never seen him with this much courage before. He literally grips his sword twice, runs over, and just this bolt of light just explodes the entire room. And what is left is nothing but ash afterwards. And Amric is just like, what the fuck just happened? So at this point, he kind of throws you off, throws you off him, Midnight, and he draws several daggers in his hands, and he's just poised to fight. Like, who's next? What do you guys do? Who goes?
I would like
Do we
one
need to
attempt.
roll initiative?
I would like to do.
No, I want to see what you guys.
If no one minds, I would like to do one follow up to that.
Go for it.
Which is
I want like he draws his like blades out really quick and he looks like he's poised to fight, but he was sitting in his chair. If we can, I want to hold the blade up to his throat before he's like out of his chair, and just be like, "There's no need
No.
for you to die right now."
Roll me an initiative. Let's see if you can beat him.
Okay.
Come on, Steve.
I would also like to roll initiative if that's the action, unless he wins. You said +3 to everything. Steve got a 12.
I did
That
get a
is true.
12.
So what happens is what would have happened is you guys would have ended up with like a knife on. You would have ended up with a.
Cat.
You would have ended up with a knife on your throat and your sword on his, but you managed to sort of like flick your blade enough where that sort of like kicks the blade out of his hand, and then you literally have a sword at his throat that's sort of it was glowing for a moment, but now it's dimming as the radiance decreases from it.
Okay. Then, yeah, as I have the blade, like the tip of the blade at his throat, just looking him dead in the eye. Not even like not yelling, not anything, just, you don't have to die right now. Leave with us, quietly, and you live another day.
Oh my God, Lily.
I'm keen to that deal. Nothing comes from needless bloodshed. What is it you want?
So we have the room, right?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. The only one that didn't leave was the Kinku bartender, but that's kind of the shtick. He's here.
So again, I'll hold the sword to his throat, and I kind of look at everybody else, and I'm just kind of like, he agrees. And I'll take the sword just kind of away from his throat while still watching him. Does it seem like he's actually following through?
You definitely get the type that he's not one to risk his life needlessly because he enjoys living and making other people's lives miserable.
Sure.
So, yeah, no, you got him. So he's not exactly about to do anything.
Then I'll pull the blade away and just kind of tell everybody else he agrees. He will listen to us now. And then I'll just stand there looming over him so he can look at the guy who just smote his bodyguard.
So what does he want?
He has a cloak, right?
Yes, he has a long cloak with like fluffy fur around the neck.
It's got one of those, like, if you pull it real hard, it just, like, covers your face real good.
Yeah, like it'll drape over his face.
Is it a special cloak? Does it stand out?
No, there's nothing about him that seems to be magical whatsoever.
Well, I mean, like, recognizable, perhaps, if he had Patriots on the boat.
He got like a big L on the back.
You kind of got the sense that this is his deck, and every other part of the boat he doesn't really have control over. This is his little private space, his little private office that he's probably paid a decent amount for to sort of carve out of his favorite bar.
Which of us is closest to his height? It isn't midnight.
No, she's too short.
Probably. Kethra, how tall are you?
That's a good question. I am 5'10".
You match his height, and even Rayland, you're not of any abnormal size, I would imagine, right?
He's actually relatively tall. Like he's over 6 feet, but he's too skinny for his frame for the most part.
And Tyler, are you tall?
6'2".
Okay, so the only ones that actually sort of, I mean, there's Midnight, but Midnight's kind of small, isn't she?
She's short.
And a cat, which is won't help here.
Right. Kethra's really the only one, and even Rhea's kind of the only one that you would even begin to sort of try to pass off if that's what you're trying to do.
Yes, so it leads me to my last unusual question: is Kethra's bust able to pass without obviously not being a man?
I mean, she's not busting at the seams or anything.
All right, okay, it's good enough for me. I suggest this course of action to the party. We hood and gag the guy. He wears Kethra's cloak. Kethra wears his cloak, and we guide him out with Kethra leading us, and we act like he is really drunk.
It's up to you guys.
Can I also use my cantrip, third whatever. It's a transportation cantrip where I can manifest a minor wonder, including like slight tremors or like changing like colors or flames and stuff like that, just so I can try to help create an illusion of what's going on as well.
There's
Cantrip would allow it to make him smell like he's drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like prestidigitation or something like that does
It's
that.
the equivalent, yeah, for a
Yeah.
cleric.
Yeah. Oh, you do have that spell, Midnight? Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna.
He has,
That's thaumaturgy.
Yeah, thank you. I can't pronounce it, but I just posted in there. I can create a minor wonder for up to a minute. We'll see.
And I'm pretty sure smells are listed in there.
Like I can cause like a lock, an unlocked door to fly open. I can cause like scent smells. Like I can affect something. So I can,
Yeah.
create the
For about a
illusion
minute.
of them.
For about a minute, you could probably fake it and get out of this place using that.
Last but not least, I will continuously hammer him with the minimum damage level mind thrust cantrip I have, which will make him stumbly to complete the illusion of drunkenness, and make it less likely he bolts.
Jeez.
So, do you bind him in any way?
Hands only.
Hands only? Okay. So, do you bind him in front or back?
So, since Kethra's in the lead, as if we are following his lead because she is pretending to be him, I say we actually bind him to Raylan or myself so that we can put our arm around him and it looks like we're guiding him, but in reality, his wrists are bound and the rope is connected to one of us.
Okay. And do you bind his hands to the front or the back of him?
I would do back. Because if you do the front, it's more easier for him to be able to maneuver. If you do in the back, he's got his arms pinned back way, and it'll be harder for him to pull something off.
Either. One in front, one in back around the waist, so he can't use his hands to try to break free.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
All right, fair enough.
Nice.
Good call.
Yeah, so you managed to bind him up. Do you gag him?
Yes, but gag
Gag.
and put a hood over his head so he can't see where he's being led to.
Okay, cool.
Sean,
and you kind of throw his
Sean
cloak over him?
basically asking, are you allowing him to do somatic components? Are you allowing him to do verbal components?
Yeah, the Kethra's cloak, we pull the hood down to cover his face, and she'll pull the hood down to cover her face.
All right, cool. So, you swip cloaks and you sort of kind of knock him out, and you thumping him.
Also,
and
really good point. I take his spell component pouch or his thing you use to cast spells if you don't use components. If he has either
Symbol.
Focus.
focus, I either take his components or his focus.
He is not a wizard, but what you do find on him, which would probably come into play somehow, is a smoke bomb.
Take that.
Smoke bomb. God.
He ain't getting that back. I'm keeping that.
Got him.
All right, which was kind of related to all my questions.
You sneaky bastard.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm done planning.
All right, good. So, cool. So he's kind of addled enough, and you've kind of got him in a state where he's yours. And Kethra leads you out, leads you up, and give me a perception check. Probably the person with the highest perception. Go ahead and roll it.
That's not me.
+5 for here.
Got 3.
Night. Eric,
My
you're probably pretty high.
perception is I have 6.
You're
My
right.
passive perception 16.
You're right. You're the highest.
Yep, roll.
Okay. Ogman, bless me. Ogman, bless me.
Actually, a 12 because of the +1.
That's true. So,
Okay.
You get any inspiration points from previous sessions?
No, because no one loves me.
oh damn, that's harsh.
I'll give her mine. That makes it a 20.
Fair enough.
Cool.
So,
That one you
Ew.
gave me last time.
Midnight, you kind of get the feeling that you told everybody, but they all suspect something weird is going on, and they're not quite sure. But everybody here, and you're doing it with enough sleight of hands, in general, to just basically nobody cares, but nobody doesn't care either. So, but you do make it
Nice.
to the outside, to the top level with no problems, and you have Amric Van Thampier in your custody, and Rhea follows you out.
How
Go
much
looking
gold did he
for-
give me again? It was 100.
He gave you 150 coins, which you probably don't have to worry about paying back.
Wasn't planning on it anyway.
Well, I mean, I was kind of, but like
Look around for our
not
buddy,
as fast. as
Mortlock's
he
still
was.
standing there, and he
Ugly
just
Van Thampier.
he just chuckles as he sees he definitely knows his brother regardless of being disguised or not, and he just laughs at him. He's like, "God damn it, Mortlock, is this your doing?"
He's gagged.
Oh, he says that while he's gagged.
So Martlock, know any good places we could take him to whatever we're doing next?
He's not going to talk, but you got what you need to get into the Van Thampier place, I'm sure. I don't know. You guys want
you
to?
recommend we head straight there? Is nighttime the best time to do this?
I mean, he's got to go home sometime, right?
Look at party. Wait for affirmation. We should continue.
Well,
Think maybe regrouping would be a good idea. Like to have a plan before we get to the house.
so
Maybe.
not actually meaning to be Raylan not deciding, but the longer we keep him, the more chances he might have to escape. And
True.
if the brother's saying like this guy won't talk, then it's, seems like a lot of these people are overly fanatical that we've dealt with so far, and they're just not going to freely give up information. Our plan was to just extort him as access to the house anyway, so it
That's
seemed.
right.
So that's my thought.
Yeah,
More
I'll
like-
just I'll just say to Mr. Vampire,
Which one?
don't worry, we don't want you to tell us any of your secrets or anything like that. We just want you to show us your home. And then I just start pushing him.
Since that's the party, I will side with them, and then it's Carrie.
Morlock
Yeah.
tells you, he's like, he loves money and he fears his mom and he loves his life too much. He's not going to implicate and ruin anything that he's got. But
Good.
Raylan, Kethra, lead the way. Let's get this done. Raylan, keep that smite ready. I bet there'll be more fiends in this vile house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're right.
so cool. Why don't we take a quick break and then we'll come back to this.
How many minutes, Mom?
Sounds like a good idea.
Minutes. We will do
5, 10.
several minutus.
Minutos.
For the audience, I'll call it 10.
Let's do 10, 15. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we will be back then, audience. Don't go away.
Cool.
I will miss you all. I will miss you so much.
awesome points.
Hello and welcome back to Vorpal Tales, Awesome Adventures, Descent into Avernus. When last we left our heroes, they'd kidnapped someone. Yeah, that's where we're at. So here we are at the Low Lantern here by the docks. And you need to get to the Van Thampier Villa up here with a captive. Heroes, what do you do?
Walk him up there, and if the cops try to stop us, we're cops.
Yeah.
Are you cops?
How readily available
have
are boats across the bay?
That would actually kind of be the long way around, honestly.
Oh. This isn't like a Universal Studios boat ride up from
No,
somewhere?
there's it's not like Disney World where you're at Epcot and it takes you from like the front to like Morocco or wherever it goes. Yeah, no, it's not. There's no gondolas. Sorry.
All right, fine. We'll take the stupid path.
All right, cool.
I will visibly pin my badge onto my cloak.
Okay. Which is good because when you walk up to one of the gates in the upper city, you're stopped by a flaming fist guard and goes, "Ho there, who are you?"
Not a hoe.
Flaming fist business. Go back to your drinks.
Wait, did Raylan just get confidence? Is that what that is?
No.
Confidence +1.
Maybe he got drunk and he didn't tell anybody.
That was a terrible prequels quote.
Oh, Steve. I'm gonna
Hey, we have to go after the Youngs, and the Youngs apparently like the prequels. So,
Dear Youngs, I'm taking away one of Steve's +1s for absolutely no reason at all. No reason.
we love all of our fans.
No reason.
Cool. So, ho there. Not a ho. He's like, what business do you have in the upper city?
What
That
business
business
do
you
you
would have
have in the
to-
upper city?
I don't. I guard the gate to the upper city. What? And he looks at you, Kethra. You seem to be the only one with brains here. What are you doing up in the city?
We're on orders from Captain Dodge. You'll have to
Dodge.
discuss it with him.
Oh. Well, he's not here right now, so I can't discuss him, so I'm asking you.
We're investigating,
A thing.
and I just go,
Free? Give me a persuasion.
It's go.
oh, we're investigating 3.
The 3.
Persuasion.
Boom. Didn't get him. He's like, looks at your badge. He's like, all right.
The +1 is 8.
Yeah, 8. So like, all right, you can come through, but anybody without a badge, it's 5 copper.
I throw him 10, but I throw it at the ground.
Damn.
I let all of them pass through first. At the very end, I put my hand on his chest, and there's actually 2 silver in the hand. When I let it slide down his belly into his hand, he telepathically gets the message, "You never saw us, or I'll be back for that money." In your hands.
Kind of looks at you. Oh, the hands too. He definitely is just kind of like, oh, all right, cool.
This is another Sacred Fist guy, right?
Yeah, flaming fist.
Flaming Fist. The
Mhm.
Flaming hand,
flaming-
sacred fist.
I
I
assume
serve
they're
the
all-
flaming fist.
Yes, which is why Rivik is telepathically being an asshole, because he assumes they respond in kind, because they're obviously all assholes here.
Right, they're assholes. Cool. So you have no you notice that Amric doesn't even bother to squirm or anything, even though he kind of knows where he's at. He's being very complicit at the moment. So at this point, you arrive to the Vanfear Villa, and we will take a look at what that looks like now.
Is it pretty?
So I've
I'm
got you
gonna say
guys.
it's pretty.
I mean, it's a thing. So I've got you guys down here at the main gate, but nobody was really taking notice of you or anything like that. Yeah. So Mortlock kind of leans over to you guys and is like, if they see me here, I can't go in there. Not unless you clear a path for me or something like that. But this one here, the whole drunken bit, you might get him in. Though he's not known for his drunkenness. So you might have to play it off pretty well. What did you guys
Lay
want?
out of the house. Tell us what we're in for.
Man, it's been a while since I've been there. It's hard to think. You're gonna enter. If you go in through the front door, there's the foyer. Every room on the bottom floor has many windows. There's a back door on the porch. The kitchen's pretty much takes up most of the main floor. Off to the west side, there's the dining hall. We used to have quiet family dinners there but they were never pleasant. Just sat in silence and misery. Then there's the main hallway where I wonder if Mom still has that old wax statue of her. It's always creepy. Oh yeah. I wonder if Slobber Chops is still there too. Old cat.
Light
Anyway.
arching of eyebrow, no comments.
Anyway, sorry. I think you're probably gonna run into Fendrick. He's the butler. Then there's the cook, Gaberny. She might still be there. And yeah. And you can hear him
what's our
like
play? Should we be telling your brother here that we'll run him through if he doesn't act like we're his guests?
Like I said, he fears his mom and he loves his life and coin. So long as you're as long as he's in any danger and he doesn't think he can get out of it, he'll probably play along. But watch him. As soon as he thinks he's gonna get out of this somehow or pull some crazy shit, he'll probably try to get out. Something will go down.
Okay.
I pull a
Mom
dagger.
might be in a room. There's also the second story. I don't remember much about that. I think I still got a room up there. Eric's definitely got a room. And then you also got to watch out for my other brother.
He has another brother?
Yeah, he has another brother.
How many brothers do you have in total?
Just
Actually,
this
take that
asshole.
back. Siblings.
Just this asshole, myself, and Thirstwell. I was from my mom's first husband, and I can't remember Thirstwell and Amric. I don't remember where they came from. Anyway, her last husband's dead, I think. She might have raised him. Not sure. Anyway, it's kind of besides the point. She may be on the second floor, or she might be in the basement. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what you can expect in there. I don't get to come home much.
I'm noticing that.
I'm not well liked. The only reason I'm still alive is because my father's last dying wish is to have my mother not kill me. She's kind of held on to that, which I'm thankful for.
That's
Well,
very
that's nice.
nice of him, actually. Yeah, I like that.
My father was an asshole, just not as much as her.
So quick recap for me. So we're at these gates. We have Amric, and we're gonna use him to just walk past the guards.
It's up to you guys how you want to handle this one.
Right, which is why I was asking if he thought we could just trust him to play the part on threat of death.
He's like, it's kind of like a 50-50. You'll probably get in the house, but after that, who knows?
So,
Ethra, can you cast Charm Person yet?
I actually don't have that.
dang. Because I feel
My
like,
stuff while Raylan thinks.
well,
Nevertheless, I will take out a blade from my waist. And instead of pulling off the gag, I will cut the gag.
Mm-hmm.
I will look him square in the eye with my broken eye and say, "You value your life, correct?"
That's right.
then we will all get into this house without problem, correct?
I need assurances that you won't kill me. In fact, I want that one's assurances. And he looks at Rayland.
FYI, out of character, I have no charms either. It's all about talking him into it. My character is mostly psychic shit at this stage.
You swear on your crappy god that you won't let them kill
Oh
me.
no.
Now, that is not what I said.
No,
I said that
that's my
we
terms.
wouldn't kill you. If your family decides to kill you, that's...
No. You won't betray me. My family will probably kill me no matter what. But I want assurances from you that I won't die by any of your hands, including that one. And he kind of points at Rhea.
At Rhea.
Yeah.
I'll
I
turn
don't
around.
have hands. I have paws.
And what does Rhea say in response to that?
I would say,
She's-
do you have a problem with that, Rhea?
She just shrugs. She's just like, I'm here to find information. I don't care about him.
Sounds like we're in agreement.
So there's an accord. You won't kill me. None of you. Swear it.
I pinky swear.
He actually swears with you.
Yay!
As a paladin of a Monitor, I take my pledges and allegiances and swearing of oaths quite seriously. So I'm going to modify this ever so slightly.
Okay.
I swear to you, Amaric, that I, Raylan, will not kill you so long as you do what we say when we need it, do not jeopardize our lives or attempt to do any directly evil acts in our presence.
He kind of looks at you. He looks at his brother. Looks at all of you again. He's like, fine. We have an accord. I probably have a contract in my pocket if anybody wants to sign it.
Think a verbal agreement is perfectly binding,
Sure. Fine.
you know?
We also pinky sweared with the
And this
mongrel over
this guy
there.
was not a fiend when
I am not a mongrel.
I divine sensed. It was the other guy, right?
No, he's just an evil rich dude.
God, this guy wants people to sign contracts a lot for not being a fiend.
Yeah, don't sign it. I've done that before.
Yeah, don't sign nothing.
Steve, let me know if one animal's too much louder than any others in this new sound.
Cool.
And
So-
with that, I will also cut his binding.
Oh, okay. So he kind of like
Also, I'd
rubs
like
his
to point
wrists and
out,
his hands.
in case the DM missed it, I didn't agree to nothing.
He's kind of expecting Raylan to keep you in check since he's
I
the
know,
lawful
but I'm
good
pointing
paladin.
out to the DM, I agreed to nothing.
Right. So, okay. Mortlock kind of looks at all you guys like, I can't go in there unless you clear a way for me. Like, get the guards out of the way or something like that. Otherwise, I'll stay out here. I'll hang out. Watch the door.
Well, you are the resident door watcher.
That's what I do. Cool.
Wonder what
Alright.
makes doors so fast.
That's what you do.
So, I mean, we got a Merc, so he should be able to help lead us in here. So we'll put him up point, and
Okay.
that way if he tries anything funny, we can just stab him.
Cool. He actually has a key to the front gate, so he unlocks it and sort of like ushers you in.
Okay.
I let him go in front of me before I walk in.
He walks in, And you do notice that there's a group of guards kind of standing here, sort of doing the patrol, and they kind of turn as if they're about to walk back and do the patrol across the way. Do you guys do anything? Like, how do you sort of control Amric at this point?
We made a pact. I trust him to upkeep his end of the deal because he also swore.
Okay.
Pinkie swears he's with me that we'd be safe.
So
Yeah, just
Rhea
sputter,
kind of doesn't leave
sputter
his
into my
side.
breath.
Rhea doesn't leave his side for all intents and purposes. Like, if he takes a step, she takes a step. So he takes you to the front door, and he's like, "So this is the point of no return. Once we enter, I don't think we're getting out."
Wait, is this that part in the game where like you cannot save from this point on?
You cannot.
This is
Yeah,
a checkpoint game, and this
You
is
cannot
literally
respawn
another
past this point.
checkpoint games where they're like 5 hours back.
Right. No, this is one of those ones where it asks you to create a separate save in a different file slot.
But
Jeez.
you don't because you're lazy and.
Yeah, you're just like, it'll be fine. It'll totally be fine.
All right,
This is
cool.
fine.
This seems fine.
This is fine. This is fine. Everything's
Is
fine.
it though?
It's fine.
So he opens the door for you, and you guys step inside.
What does it
And-
smell like in here?
Apart from the main entrance, this room has 2 exits. A plaster shelf lined with ornate vases circles the room at a height of 9 feet. Spread across the flagstone floor is a 10-foot wide, 15-foot long rug of exquisite design depicting a royal coronation. 2 tapestries hanging on the walls depict a dragon flying over a ship and pilgrims on camels, respectively.
I'm not laughing at you, Sean. I apologize.
What's that?
I was laughing in the middle of your speech, so I wanted to make sure I apologize.
Did you say it was
Laughing at Syrinscape because Syrinscape loaded into this sound set Invisible Imp. Thanks for the spoilers, Syrinscape.
Oh, god damn it.
Did you say it was vases or vases?
They're different?
Vases?
Oh god, here we go.
Vases are much older.
And fancy.
Vases hold flowers.
So as Syrinscape has told you,
Hey.
we'll just say that Raylan, your sense kind of goes off, and you know there's like fiends in this room. How do you want to handle it?
I'm hearing like ticking and breaths in my ear, and it's kind of creeping me out.
Piano, grandfather clock. This is a great sound set.
I also
It's actually for this room too.
Nice. What do you do?
So yeah, with my divine sense going off, I will draw the sword and shield out, and can I hit one of them from where they're at right now?
Oops, I actually put Rivik on one. You don't know, they're invisible. But you know that they're here, and Amric's kind of like doing some finger shit. You're not sure what. You guys kind of all noticed that. So how do you want to play this out?
At this
Can
point, I don't
I-
actually remember as a player what we're supposed to do once we're in the house. What was the end goal?
Find
So
Mama.
Find mom.
find Mama, but also
I
Rhea
actually
told
thought
you
we were
that
supposed to avoid Mama because she'd kick our ass.
probably, but Rhea told you that she saw the leader of her town that should have gone down with the ship but didn't, was with the Van Thampiers. So that's also one of your goals, is try to figure, she's here to figure out if he is here or if there's information that says where he might be.
about you take us to where your mom keeps all her notes?
I like notes. I like notes a lot.
You can kind of tell he's eyeing each corner, and he's just like, "All right, let's go." And he takes you into the next room. And at that point, you're greeted by a young maid who goes, "Oh, Master Emmerich, you're home. This is unusual. Seems like an early hour for you to be home." And he's just kind of like, "Yeah. Who are your friends? Who, might you introduce yourselves?"
For the orgy. I say this as Rivik with Rivik's face that you know you've seen.
She's kind of like,
Okay.
Would you like to join?
Oh no, no, definitely
good
not.
time.
Then we should probably be on our way.
She's like, yes, Master Emmerich, I imagine you know how to find your room. Yes, sure, okay, and she leaves, and
Okay,
the butler,
bye.
Handled.
the butler kind of eyes you. He's like, "Master Emmerich, is there anything that I can do for you?"
Would you like to join?
No. Are any of you hungry? Might I ask Gaborni to prepare you any meals or anything?
Yes, that would
No.
be lovely.
Hmm.
I'm not hungry. I'm ready to get this party started.
I tell him that would be lovely because that would tend to allay suspicion.
Very well.
Bless you.
Thank
I
you.
shall
Sorry.
retrieve the cook. One moment.
As soon as he turns around, I whip around, look at Raylan, and close his cloak a little more so his holy symbol doesn't fall out.
Whoa. Display. What are you doing? Why?
Mother's room is upstairs, as is mine, as is probably my other sniveling brother.
How many brothers are there?
I told you there are two other ones. You've met one.
Hey,
Do you have any sisters?
No.
Well, then let's go before the butler comes back. Prod.
Yeah. So he leads you to the stairs, but just as that moment.
Kethra. Hey.
Yeah.
So I got a weird feeling about this third brother. So the one brother's like a total kind of loser and got kicked out of the house. Then the second brother's like kind of like a scheming sort of dude who does like the money laundering, and he's a little closer. You think this third brother's like 10 feet tall and like rips people in half with like his bare hands?
It is a possibility.
Can cast improved invisibility innately because Sean is a dick.
As you're about to approach the stairs, Finthric comes back and he's like, "I have retrieved Gaborni, who will take your orders now." But behind them is a cat. But not just any cat. It is the cat with wings.
Are we giving our
Right,
order to
is-
the cat?
No, it just happens to be behind them as it's kind of followed them out to.
Can I
Sort of see what's
communicate with
going
this
on.
cat? Do
I
we
provide-
speak language?
I
Can I-
provide-
can I
while she
meow?
does her thing, I will provide a bland food request that is forgettable, but still a food request.
A bland food request.
Try to
okay.
dominate his attention because I know what Midnight's about to do.
Something stupid.
Midnight.
Yeah.
The cat approaches, and you approach the cat.
Yes.
What something stupid do you do?
I start meowing at it.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
And then I just pick the cat up and I give it a big hug. That only other cats can relate to.
This is
because
exactly
you-
what Kethra looks like right now.
Because you are a cat, he kind of feels a kinship to you, and he kind of nuzzles up you and sort of gives you a little purr, And
I
you can
immediately
see
start purring very loudly.
you can see he's kind of like licking his lips a lot.
Oh no. Oh no, no. My brain went somewhere wrong. Is the kitty thirsty? But like not thirsty, but like regular thirsty?
The kitty is regular thirsty.
Okay. Okay.
Or possibly even hungry, maybe. You're not sure.
Can I offer like a small piece of jerky that's in my ration pack?
Sure.
Yes.
You offer the Trissom a piece of jerky. And it takes it and it loves you.
And I also give it like a small stash of my nip.
Oh shit. So that cat is like, just at this point, it's sort of like wings itself up onto your shoulder and just like
Yay!
against your face.
I want to keep it.
You possibly might. Does anybody else give any sort of food orders or anything to Gabberny?
No, absolutely not.
I order food for everyone.
Oh,
Even though
okay.
I know they're not going to eat it.
I was gonna say I will actively be like, none for me, please. That would be a waste
Will
of
you
food.
Will you take it downstairs or up in your room, Master Emmerich?
Telepathically, downstairs when we're finished.
Oh, then I will have an entire meal prepared. Shall I tell your mother that you're here?
No.
Oh, very
Telepathically
well.
to Amric. Not until we're done. Wouldn't
Very
want
well,
to
then.
embarrass her. This is,
Very
by the
well,
way,
then.
when I say telepathically to Amric, I mean this is what I want him to say.
Not until you're done is what you want him to say.
When I'm telepathically telling Amric to tell the butler to inform his mother that we're all here once the sex is over, because that's less embarrassing.
He kind of looks at you like, I'm not gonna. He's like, I'll deliver the message, which means he's not going to deliver the message.
That works too.
So, cool. All right then. Amric, you four, Rhea, and now Slobber Chops
Slobber chop.
all make
Actually-
your way up to.
His name is Susan, and he would really prefer if you would respect his new pronouns.
His
His name is Susan.
I mean,
It's a
what's
Doctor
it?
Who reference you wouldn't understand.
The Boctor, the cat's name is Slobber Chops, but if you want it to be Susan, it can be.
Okay, it's Susan now.
Okay.
We're gonna call it Slobber Chops because it's amazing.
Yeah. Slobber Chop Susan, maybe, possibly.
Yes.
So you find yourselves on the second floor.
If I can find myself.
Move to the left. Right. I'm sorry. Move to the right.
Left, right, to the right. Boop.
All right. Gotta get my screens here. All right. Cool. So, you're on the landing, and there's guards up here, and Emmerich is in the lead, and you kind of see him starting to do some weird hand shit again.
No bueno.
Does it
What do you
seem?
guys do?
Does it seem threatening?
It seems like he might be trying to give signals of some sort. You're not sure.
Oh. That's I'm gonna
Oh.
pretend that didn't just happen.
Just because of that music sting, I'm gonna thwop him upside the head.
Okay. So he's kind of like, ugh. The guards kind of like sort of ready themselves, but not ready themselves, and they're like, Master Emmerich, is there something we can help you with?
He likes it rough. It's
Would
okay.
you like to join the orgy?
Literally about to say foreplay.
As Rivik
kinda-
asks if they want to join, I grab Vampire's hands and place them on my chest.
They all kind of look at you and they're like, huh, cool.
I say we didn't have coin to pay for his services, so we're paying another way.
And they're all like,
We
This
owe him a
happened-
lot of money.
they're like, this did indeed happen one time. Master Emic, sure, very well. On to your room, I guess. And so you end up in Amric's room. And he kind of looks at you, Rivik, and he's like, really? Sex? Orgy? This, really? That's what you come up with?
Sex
Most
orgy.
awkward thing possible gets you past everyone because no one wants to deal with awkward. Straight Rivik face.
This is a
Have no
tastefully...
fear. Continued straight Rivik face. I do not find you sexually attractive, even though you are a handsome specimen of your species.
Thank you, I guess. Ugh. So the
Everyone cheer for J3 Billion. He subscribed.
Woo!
Yay!
Crap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jay
at
Googleplex.
We love you.
You the
Nice.
best.
cool. So you're in
I
Amric's
slapped
bathroom.
Amric for touching me.
Nice. She's like, you did it. What is your problem? Ugh.
This
Ken. That it takes me out of the moment.
So, you're in like a tastefully appointed room. Has a bed, a side table, a clawed-foot iron bathtub, fireplace, and an iron-banded wooden chest on the far side. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah. So, what do you guys do?
Okay, so we need to run distraction. I'm pretty sure that the guards are going to be listening in, so I'm going to mage hand the door and make it shake. Midnight, use thaumaturgy to just like increase your voice level and just
Start
really
moaning?
loud.
Like cat meowing, moans and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Easy peasy.
And then you guys can talk to him and find out what we're going to do next.
So Amric just kind of sits on the bed. And is like, this is ridiculous.
And Midnight's just standing there, like writing in her book while she's like yelling very loudly and moaning and all this other stuff. And occasionally she'll like sit on top of something and like knock it over to make it sound like they're like doing stuff on the dresser or whatever. She's just very dramatic. She should have gone to acting school.
You're very good at this, charade, Midnight. You must have had extensive experience. Straight Rivik face.
Just tons of reading.
The best form of learning.
Yes.
Cool.
So
So what do
we're
you guys do?
in Van Vampire's room right now.
You're
His
in
room,
Amric's
not
room.
Mom's room.
Right.
Yeah.
Emmerich's room. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Now, how do we get to your mom's room?
It's across the hallway, across from the stairs. It's always locked.
What about the windows?
I mean, the guards will see you outside as you move across the mantelpiece, probably, but there is a window.
I love the sass.
I'd rather be tied and bound and gagged than listen to this racket.
We can arrange that, can't we?
Maybe we should have
Technically, if he's
hired a
part of the
rogue.
act.
So, you're all kind of sitting there, and there's disgusting there's just orgy noises going on. And then for a moment you hear like because you're so loud you almost don't hear it, but there's like a thumping at the door. Amric, is that you? Are you home? Are you having another one of your disgusting orgies again?
Number 4.
Keep
I'm
it
so
down.
into this.
Keep it down. Keep it down. I'm trying to think.
Is that your mom?
Brother.
It's my idiot brother Thirstwell.
You're like a nerdy brother.
He should definitely be part of the orgy then.
Yeah.
He's into books like an idiot.
Oh shit.
He's into books.
Well.
Oh my god.
do you guys do?
Is he at the door?
He's just pounding, and like unless you stop the orgy sounds, he's probably going to keep pounding. And then you hear like that stupid little snivelly voice just, "I'll tell mother."
I take a dagger out of my belt.
Mm-hmm.
I cut my pant leg all the way up to my thigh.
Okay.
I open the door ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Stick my leg out. Peer around the corner with my good eye. Grab him and pull him in.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So because he's unsettled by the leg, he's never probably seen a woman's leg before. Give me an attack roll, just the actual attack roll, and then a strength roll to see if you manage to grapple him and pull him in.
You just want like a strength attack?
Or athletics, if you got it, that's higher.
What do you want me to roll?
Roll to hit, and then if you hit, roll in athletics.
All right, I have my dagger in my hand, I guess.
Okay, you managed to like grapple onto him. Give me a strength check or an athletics check.
My strength is the same.
Ooh, but I'll give you advantage because he doesn't know what's going on. 14 is enough to get this weak fellow into the room, and you slam and shut the door. And now you have 2 of the Van Thampier brothers in this room. And he kind of looks around, and you know he's about to scream for help. What do you do?
I immediately wait to see what everyone else is doing.
What does he look like?
So I think I can show you maybe.
I mean, I can kind of see his character. Like, is he like really scrawny and?
He is scrawny, frail, and just sort of like very gaunt and very like just sort of the weakest looking of dudes.
I will simply smack him in the face and go.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll tell mother. my mother will kill you.
I slowly but surely use Psychic Crush, which means he's lifted into the air as he begins being compressed very slowly, 1 hit point at a time, as a cinematic use of a power. You'll tell no one anything.
Oh, please let me down. Please don't hurt me.
Word.
No, very well.
Drop him.
Ow. Yeah. Idiots, mother will kill all of you.
He's still
We've got him firmly like in the room with us with the door closed, right?
Yeah, he's in. I mean, he'd have to turn around and start banging on the door to get the guard's attention at this point.
Okay. I mean, if he's gonna try to get guards' attention, I want to walk up and just bash my shield into him, knock him out.
Wait.
No, he's not. Like that's probably the only way he's gonna get out of this. And he's just sort of sitting there, sort of sunken, and just like, mother will have your innards served for dinner.
Can I communicate with him like on a nerd to nerd level?
You can try.
Tell me about your book.
like she just like where is he? Is he on the bed? Like where is he positionally?
We'll say you put him on the bed next to his brother, so you're there with him.
Okay, so she immediately kind of like does like this weird, because she has no idea how to properly seduce an individual. But she just kind of like sits on him, and like she like She just looks him in the face, and her tail's twitching, and her ears are twitching. You could tell like she's thinking about something, and she just looks at him like, I heard you really like books. I really like books. Can we talk about books, please? What is your favorite book? What are your thoughts? And she just like starts talking about a whole bunch of different random subjects, and she's just trying to like find something to ping his interest so they can just like keep talking. She's not so much trying to get him to stop like yelling. She just literally is just finding another kindred spirit that loves reading and is trying to like connect.
Books. Yeah, I like books. I've been rather into puzzles lately.
I love puzzles too. I once did a 10,000 piece puzzle and it only took me 2 hours.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Rivik looks impressed.
No. Creepy demon devil family doing puzzles.
Was it?
Do you want
Was the puzzle a box?
Do you want a lament configuration? This is how
Do
you
you
get
literally
a lament
say that, Tyler?
configuration.
Rivik does say that. Yes, I know Steve's not talking in character.
No,
Rivik-
that's out of character.
he kind of snaps at you and just like there's a moment of surprise, but then he like realizes that he's given away too much because he's an idiot moron, and then
It
he
was a puzzle
sort of
box.
slinks back. He's just like, maybe.
Is it a puzzle box that grants access to your greatest pleasures and possibly hell?
Mother will kill you and eat you for dinner before you're able to get your hands
We'll
on
kill
it.
you if you don't tell us.
And Amber kind of like slaps him like, you're an idiot. You don't know how to handle interrogation. You say nothing.
I look at Raylan. A puzzle box to hell that grants wishes.
I want to unbutton or whatever Rivik had done before to cover my holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let the cloak down so that it like falls completely kind of like draped to the side, and so it has full view of it in front of Thirstwell.
Oh God, he's gonna expose himself to us.
I'm not derobing. I'm just moving my cloak slightly to the side.
Yeah, but he's kind of an idiot. So
I clear my throat very like. You can raise your eyes. It's okay.
Ugh. Ammon. The sun god. Oh, gross.
The light will shine on you one day, Thirstwell. You will
Sure
not.
it will.
You won't be this. You won't look so. Man, you look sickly. Like, do you go outside?
Never.
Oh, jeez. Are you a vampire?
No.
Okay.
Wish I was.
Want to be?
It would be so much cooler to be a vampire.
I think it'd be cool to be a vampire too, because then my teeth would be a lot longer. I've always kind of wondered what the taste of blood would be, but I also kind of already tried it, and it tastes like not as good as I thought it would.
While Midnight does that, I want to draw my longsword out one more time and hold it threateningly at Thirstwell.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your brother what this does to vampires and undead and fiends.
Amric, what does it do? Oh God, it's stupid paladins, and he smote my bodyguard. It was luckiest, 1 in a million. Thump thump thump. Sirs, are you okay in there? Got kind of quiet.
Midnight starts moaning and screaming again.
Oh.
Oh yes. Yes.
There's looks over at me like, I would never have sex with you.
Her feelings are hurt a little bit.
No, she looks at his brother and says he'd never have sex with him.
Okay.
You realize that Amric's never going to tell you a thing,
Right.
but
Yeah.
Thirstwell's kind of a piece of shit, so if you press him hard enough and ask him a few questions, you'll probably be able
We
to
also
break
know Mother's here.
him. Right.
Right.
If Rivik was asked to make the choice, he would say, "Let's go deal with that puzzle box and explore the house. We can't sneak in on Mom, but maybe we can find other interesting things until she's asleep."
Do you ask him about the puzzle box?
I would like to press him quite hard about the puzzle box.
Okay. So, he's easily pressed. He's just like, oh God, don't hurt me. Thavius arrived in the city a few days ago with the puzzle box. The deal consisted that Thavius let the family safeguard the item while he studies the shield. It's in my room. I was looking at it. I was studying it. I wanted the powers of hell.
Where's your room?
Across the hallway. It was so annoying when the noises were happening.
Go fetch the puzzle box once I make sure the hallway is empty.
The hallway is never empty. Like, you kind of glance at like those guards don't leave.
Can we use the cat as a distraction so the guards can like leave the hallway just
Cat
long
lives
enough?
here, so it's not really a distraction to them. They
But what if the cat is doing something that's like unusual, like peeing on something or throwing up on something?
You get the feeling from the cat that the cat hates this place and literally pees on things all the time, so that's normal for it.
Nice.
From the air.
Mother's below. She'll eat you alive. I hope you go see her and she kills you.
Actually, what's going to happen is you're going to walk me into your room and we're going to collect the puzzle box.
I don't
Yell
want
to the guards, they'll die and you'll die.
I don't believe
I can
you.
cast invisibility.
Can you really?
Okay, never mind. You got this.
Doesn't that break when you take an action?
No, you have to take a hostile action.
Okay, you have to take hostile action. Okay, cool. So,
You can
yeah.
double check that, Steve. You made a face.
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's like any action you have to roll for. So if like you go to pick a lock or something like that, it would also break. But
Yeah.
but you
Not
can like you
necessarily
can listen.
just picking up a puzzle box.
Yeah, like you can listen
Yeah.
and perceive and pick
The spell
something
ends
out.
for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Oh,
You're good.
okay, perfect.
Nice.
So Thurska's like, I left it on the mantle. But you also get kind of like, he kind of gives you a little like shit-eating grin, like he knows something you don't.
Can I roll for perception?
Everybody sees it. Like he can't hide his like shittiness.
Punch, what aren't you telling us?
Yeah. Ow. There's an imp in there that'll eat you if you try to go inside. If I'm not there.
Can I use my spell protection from evil?
That'll give you aversion to it, and it can't get close to you. But it'll. I mean, the imp could fly out of the room. It could alert. It can make noise. So like, you're. That's not. That'll help you, but won't help you. And
So I guess you have to take him in there?
He's as intimidated as he's going to get. If he alerts the guards, then we're fighting something. We got pretty far without a fight. It's up to you, Rivik. Or Rivik. Wow. Kethra. Because you could go invisible with him.
Oh, what the hell?
what happened?
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, what the hell? Let's do
you
it.
gonna do it? All right, cool.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Like a good what the hell? Okay.
He kind of leans into Amric. He's like, "Don't tell them about the shield." He's like, "I wasn't going to, you idiot. Shut up."
What about shields?
I slap him on the back of the head.
Ow.
Shield?
Yeah. Oh, me and the brothers stole the shield. It's called Shield of the Hidden Lord. It was from a crypt under the city. Supposedly there's a powerful devil inside, and I was going to release him and get his powers. That's all.
Where is that at?
Down in the dungeons with Mother and Thavius Krieg. And at that point, Ray is like, Thavius is here?
Reminds me, I also stripped this guy of any spell components or casting focus. All this unlock release nonsense.
So what you find is he doesn't have spell components, but he has like a generic devil's symbol on him. So he's part cleric, actually.
Take the holy symbol. Still need a focus
Alright.
to cast divine spells.
Yep, cool. So he's completely disarmed, and at that point, he's just like, "Fine, let's go get the box."
I give the symbol to Raylan for protection.
Raylan, you have an evil holy symbol in your hand.
I do not like that.
It speaks to you.
Does it really?
Do bad things.
No. I just,
Paladining successful.
just look at it. Just look at it in my hand. No.
Raylan's talking to his hand. Everybody, cool. So, Kethra, you go invisible, and
I go invisible.
You're dumb.
and I imagine you have like a knife at his back or something along those lines to keep him in check.
I do indeed.
Okay.
Actually, you know
So-
what? I don't need a dagger. I just have my hand.
And I imagine you kind of show him a display of like what that hand could possibly do if he does anything.
No, it's all in the mystery.
Oh, well, he just sees that you have a hand at his back, so he's like, takes you into the other room, takes you into his room, and he just kind of like looks at the mantelpiece and he just like shakes his head, and he just points to his nightstand, and there is a very ornate, small, fits in your hand, infernal feeling box.
Is a cantrip considered a spell?
In what respect?
Oh, because I lose invisibility if I cast a spell or attack.
Yes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Darn.
Yeah.
I was gonna mage hand it into my pocket.
No, you just kind of he's smart enough to know that he will die at this point if you do anything, and he doesn't want to die, so you can easily pick it up and get back to him quickly. Without
Before I do that, I will whisper to him, "Where's your friend?"
it's on the mantelpiece. His name's Edgar.
Aw.
I know it's a dumb name for a demon, but whatever. Are we done? We go back to your sex dungeon.
I've heard
Oh, you
worse.
want to go back? Okay. I grab the box and I drag him back out.
I mean, no. Oh, God. And the guards kind of look at him like, "What the fuck?" And then you quickly make your way back over into the other room.
If anybody asks, you forgot your toy.
I forgot. I
want to keep him. He's the best.
He's amazing.
I would like to
I'm literally
examine the
tearing
puzzle
up right
box.
now. Oh
I would
my
like to
God.
examine the puzzle box with the priest and the paladin.
So you guys are kind of pawing over it. You put Thirstwell back on the bed next to his brother, and they're both kind of sitting there sulking. And yeah, the puzzle box, it has like all this infernal looking writing on it, this decoration. It actually is like sort of like this weird red stone, and then like the edges are like this very sharp brass that sort of like glows in a weird sort of way. And then as you touch it and turn it over, the light like highlights like hidden runes that are in it, and it also kind of whispers in a strange sort of way in
And
infernal.
I turn it around until I find the circle and then go like this, and then Pinhead comes for us.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Your characters have no idea how to operate this thing.
Well,
tried
I
to.
read Infernal, so wouldn't I be able to read what's on it?
It's talking about things that are absolutely incomprehensible to you. Like, you get that it's talking about something, but you're like, I have no idea what it's talking about.
That would be weird for me not to.
And even then, it's like, on the seventh plane of the dark cave where the blood flows like water, and the shrieks of the evil. And it's just like this weird sort of soliloquy of evil and infernal and devil hellish is just sort of like fills your head and fades in and out over time. Whoever's holding it like hears this constantly and like whispers and everything, and you just want to punch it to tell it to shut up. But yeah, you have an infernal puzzle box in your hands.
I will carry this one and not ask Raylan to.
Appreciate that.
Cool. So you guys have an infernal puzzle box. What do you do?
You should go rescue the lady's friend and get the shield.
Yeah.
Rhea kind of comes up and you said, Thavius came here on his own. What does that mean? Why is he here? And he's just like, I don't know. He wanted to see Mother. They seemed acquainted, so I don't know. They don't talk to me, and I didn't talk to them, and I didn't look at them. I didn't. Leave me alone, God. Devils. And Rhea kind of looks at me and is like, he's here and she's just puzzled. She's like, why is he here with these assholes? Like, why is he here with these devilish people? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, I feel like there's something wrong here.
I'm sure there could be a logical explanation. We just need to find out what it is.
We need to get down there. We need to find out about this woman and find out what's going on. Cool. So what do you guys do at this point? Like, you have two of the brothers, you're in a room, occasionally make sex orgy noises.
Yes.
I think it's safest to kill both the brothers, but Raylan wouldn't like that, so we should disable them, bound them, gag them, and hogtie them.
Yeah, can we just non-lethally just beat the shit out of them?
There is a very large chest in this room that might hold one of them, if not both of them.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to knock them out, tie them up. I'm still invisible, so I'm not doing this.
How long does that last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, cool.
When you guys start to leave, just say that the Asimar is keeping them busy.
Yes, because they can't see you, so they think you're still in the room with them. Got it.
Also, specifically hogtie, because it's really hard to get out of.
Cool. All right, so you do this. Do you open the chest?
Oh yeah, I'm putting the annoying one in there.
Okay, so inside, you notice across the top there's like it's inscribed with the motto that says "Stone Hearts Never Bleed," which you come to know as the Van Thampier motto. You find a jewelry box carved from bone that's worth 10 gold pieces.
Dope.
And you find a tiny box that contains a Van Thampier signet ring that is worth 5 gold pieces. That also has the motto on it as well.
I want to wear the ring.
Okay, it's fine.
The ring is mine now.
You hogtie Thurston, and he goes in the box. Thurston's in the box. And then what do you do with Amric?
Closet?
There is no closet in here.
Under the bed.
Under the bed? All right, so...
And when Raylan's looking the other way, I kick him under the bed.
Oh, that's fine. We promise not to kill him, not kick him.
Correct.
All right, cool. So you one by one put the bodies in the bed in the trunk, and one by one leave the room. Never speak of this again.
Wow.
Is there some water in the room by chance?
No.
Oh.
Just do
Wait,
do some jumping jacks until you've built up a sweat to pass this off.
I actually have a ration of water skin.
Okay. So you do have some water.
Yeah, I sprinkle some water on everyone's faces, and then well, obviously not yours. But I sprinkle water on everyone's faces, and then I kind of like just tuck it back. But then.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, and then I ask Rivik or Raylan to like scratch up my clothes a little bit to look like they were roughed up, from someone else.
I'm not.
Getting too
I'm not.
handsy.
I'm not comfortable doing that, Midnight. I'm sorry.
While he's saying that, I shred her clothes.
Thank you.
And her hair's like all really messy and very quite, looks like
Right.
some shit went down.
You look sexed up. It's good.
Yes.
It's fine. Cool.
Wait, hold on. I guess I should also play into this so that people don't suspect anything. Okay.
Mhm.
No, you were just watching in the corner.
No,
He puts the single dent in his armor.
I will unbutton one single clasp of my cloak.
Steve, you can have an inspiration point.
They don't call him
Yeah.
Raylan the Chase for nothing.
I will pull my shirt off, turn around so my back is facing midnight, and say, "You know what to do."
Does she know what to do though?
All the shit out of me. You're a kitty cat.
Okay. So she gets her claws and she just kind of roughs him up, little like light scratching on his face so you could tell.
No, just my back.
Just the back.
Sex claw marks.
Well then she like digs deep
There we
and
go.
just
That's what I'm
rips
looking
into
for.
it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Digs deep, rips into it.
All right, cool.
Raylan,
So
you want some?
J3 Billion says to. This is Steve's character. Show me that collarbone, damn boy.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Rhea, by the way, is just like, I'm not part of this.
This was this was the plan.
Does she
Sure.
does she happen to have lipstick on by chance? I don't know. She
No.
Doesn't?
She's a warrior woman? Like,
I was
nope.
gonna say just
I
smear it a
don't think
little
she
bit.
would.
Cool. So you guys exit, and I imagine Kethra, you're still remaining invisible.
I am still remaining invisible.
Okay. You're out on the landing, by the way. Slobberchops follows you and never leaves Midnight's side. And what do you do?
I look at the guards and say, "The hot goth girl is keeping them occupied. They're not done."
Oh, I believe dinner's ready downstairs for you if you want to join.
Thank you.
Are both the masters occupied?
Yes, she is skilled. And then I walk down the stairs.
Cool.
Skill and beautiful.
I imagine nobody remains on this landing.
Yeah,
No.
I go.
Yeah, no, I
follow the
follow.
group downstairs.
Okay, cool. And cool. So at that point, Finthrick actually is waiting for you at the landing. He's like, dinner is ready if you are. Where are the masters? They're not joining us.
The one missing from our number is tending to them both.
Oh.
Cough, cough.
Well then, dinner is ready if you'll partake.
Yes, I need to replenish all my electrolytes and all my fluids that I that I lost from my rigorous exercise.
Kind of looks at you like, okay.
It's not
Am I-
awkward or anything.
He opens the door to the dining room. Is like, dinner is served.
Is there anyone in there?
No, but there is a fine-looking meal in there.
Mm-mm.
I take a
Um,
sampling from every plate so it looks like we ate. Which means I eat a shitload of food for the team.
Do you go inside and close? Like, how do you handle that?
Not today, Asmodeus.
I would
I'm not
assume that
eating
yes, we go inside and close the door.
Okay,
That we can
so
then sneak out another way later.
you are in the room, and he kind of he's like, sit, be merry. I'll check on the masters in a bit and see if they're ready to dine.
Can someone with magic
Sean, you have an advantage on your next roll.
I have an advantage?
Don't
The
do
players
that.
have the audience has given you advantage despite me telling them it was a terrible idea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What can anyone
Oh,
actually
boy.
I need someone to do me a favor. Can someone with magic check out this cat for me? Cuz we just kind of took this cat into our ranks and he's traveling with us.
This is my friend. If you are insulting him because he's a cat, sir, that is racist, and I will not stand for that. You are a paladin, sir. I expect better behavior from you.
Telekinetically to
you're-
Kethra while she said, no, Keth can't do it. It'll break her spell.
You're a paladin.
Gotta be you.
Okay.
You gotta convince Midnight to do it. I don't have detect magic. I'm a psionicist.
Okay. Midnight.
Is it a psionic cat?
Okay.
Are you
So-
saying that my friend is evil? He could have ratted us out at any time, and you know what? He stuck with us, and I love him, and he's the only one who
Midnight.
gets me.
Give me a random D20 roll.
Oh God. Do I still get like the +1?
Oh yeah, definitely.
18.
Good enough.
Okay. Okay, I'm scared now.
Continue. Everything's fine.
Mid,
The cat's not permanently yours.
Okay. Midnight, I get it. You like the cat, and I understand he's cool, and he's got some wings, if I remember correctly. And he's kind of gruff looking, kind of grumpy, but like in that cool, fun cat way.
Did everybody see the handout?
Can you move it down just a
Yeah.
little bit? Actually, I can. Never mind. Disregard. But it's their cat living in their house.
Actually, the amount, and I use this
And-
word just quoting him, but the amount of bullshit that he puts up on a daily basis in this area, I can guarantee you he has no love for these people.
Raylan, you're not sure, and you're kind of like, what the fuck? But you're almost want to say that the cat is nodding in agreement as she says these things.
She's a cat. She speaks cat. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah,
They're bonded, man.
I'm just thinking,
They
like,
bonded over catnip. You
Okay,
just can't take
I'm
that
just-
away.
you know me. I just think things a little bit sometimes, and I'm never quite sure what's going on. But
At this point, the cat has approached you and is like rubbing up on your leg and purring.
mine or
Aw,
Midnight?
he likes you, Raylan.
Yours,
Um,
Raylan.
Hey, that's cool, cat. Thanks. Like I don't like kick it or anything. I'm not an asshole.
Better not kick it or I'll claw you.
Okay, but could you just like check to see if maybe someone's scrying the cat or looking through the cat's eyes, or if it's like a familiar to somebody?
It hisses at you.
See,
It doesn't like what you're saying.
see, like it's just
You're
acting
insulting him, Raylan.
it's just,
Raylan.
It's
Raylan.
just a little
Raylan.
sketchy. That's all I'm
I-
saying.
I
Rivik
give
pets
you
the
my
cat and
oath.
says, I trust it. It
I
has
give you my
trustworthy eyes.
oath. And on the
It-
love I have for Ogman, I swear to you on everything that is good and holy and full of knowledge that our wonderful, wonderful furry friend here, Slobbertops, aka Susan, will never betray you and will never pee on your left shoe as long as you continue to give him catnip.
I trust the cat. Scritch, 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 scritch.
Raylan, give me an insight roll.
Oh jeez.
It's like, I don't
He
want
was like hating on this cat so hard right now.
Because this is the old woman's familiar, and she's reporting everything we're doing back to her.
Funky Thunder wants us to smite the cat.
I'm about to
Aw.
smite the hell out of this cat.
Funky Thunder, no, we're not kicking it.
That's a 16 with my bonuses, and I'm gonna burn that inspiration you just gave me. So that is now a
19.
Wow.
16 plus 6.
20. Yeah, you're like in the 20s at this point. This cat will love you forever if you remove it from this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is
It
not.
hates this place.
That is
it does
not-
not want to be here.
That is not what I was expecting to get from that roll.
And also, it's a
It's
colossal
a
red
Sean
dragon.
game. The cats are always allies.
Right.
Scritch, 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 scritch.
I'm sad. Funky Thunder's breaking my heart right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, no. Sean would have made the cat like the big bad endgame bad guy.
Right. It's
That-
either
that-
or. It's
that
nothing
has
in
all
between.
the powers in all the game. Okay. I think the cat might be kind of, sort of, maybe okay, but
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
yeah. So we'll just watch it for now, but just keep an eye out, like that maybe it acts weird.
Hey, Susan.
Yeah.
Clearly, you can understand us from your reactions. What's the sneakiest way to get into the basement so we can take that evil shit out of here? You out of here.
I don't want to go as far as to say it draws you a map of food on the table, but
I
it
can
kind of like,
just meow and I can like translate.
I mean, it understands common. You're a tabaxi. You don't necessarily speak cat, but you do have. You're like in touch with it, so it nudges the food a lot as you ask that question.
Like in a specific direction?
Oh, like
No.
like kitchen?
Steve can have another inspiration.
Nice.
Hey,
There you go.
Scritch, scritch, scritch. Catnip.
you used your logical mind.
And Ray is like, you guys are weird,
We've just
but I like you.
we just found an ally inside the enemy's stronghold, and have
Look
discovered
around at the demon-infested house and the cat with wings, and I look at her and I'm like, we're the weird ones.
Well, I mean, relatively.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So if we go through the kitchen, we can get to the basement where they keep all the evil stuff, right?
It's an evil sex dungeon.
Maybe meow. Okay.
meow.
Slightly more positive meow. That's a go. That's a go for me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Midnight gives Slobber Chops / Susan more catnip.
Yeah, and also
Gonna
Slobber
burn-
Chops is just eating like the big old chicken that's on there and the turkey. It just like into the meat. It's good. Cool. So you have to make it across the hallway, past the butler, past the cook, into a storeroom possibly to get where you need to go. How do you guys approach this?
Quietly until someone fails their stealth roll.
I smite the cook. No. It's not.
You can probably
what,
smite.
what hallway do we need to exactly go into?
So you know that the kitchen is across from you, across the hallway, because you it's this way-ish. So
Okay.
yeah, what do you guys do?
Kethra goes into the hallway because I'm still invisible.
Oh yeah, you're still invisible. God damn. Fenthrix sort of like, how do you open the door? And there's no. Do you open the door and go through invisible, not pretending as if the door was opened by somebody else? I should say.
If we can communicate. He can still talk and communicate. So
Yeah, I can still talk.
Yeah, no, I know
So-
that, but like, does he just
From
go
the
straight
outside
through?
perspective,
Like,
yeah, how does
Yeah,
it look
yeah.
to the outside?
Well, I'll help him.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
If you ask someone to help him, I'll help him.
so
Open the door and ask him for more wine or something.
Oh,
Okay.
We need
fine.
table salt.
Finthrix actually like sort of leaning against the door as if he's trying to listen when you open the door, and he's just like, oh, is the meal
Hey.
to your satisfaction?
Hey. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it seems okay. Maybe. Might have been too spicy, or not had enough
I'm-
flavor.
I apologize. I should go check on the masters and see if they would like to join. I will be right back.
Wait, no, don't. No, don't
I'll
do
take
that
care of it.
because
I'll do it. I am recently betrothed to one of the masters. See, he gave me his signet ring as a sign of our forever love of books and education and things.
I'm gonna need a deception roll.
Rivik thinks to himself, "It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if this works out from
I
here."
know,
Oh.
right?
Okay, Ogman, I ask you to bless me, sir. Bless me with all the awesomeness within the world.
Stoneheart
sir.
never bleeds.
I got a 13.
Okay. Give me.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. He kind of looks at you. He looks at the ring. He's like, "Oh,
Oh yeah,
It
he's
works?
right. You have advantage, Mr. DM, if you want to use it.
oh,
Do it.
You know what? I might. I'm gonna do it.
No, come on, this is awesome.
Ha!
Ogman is on my side.
Look at that.
suck it, DM.
Funky Thunder wants to give Steve advantage if he kills sloppy jobs.
We do not condone killing animals in this game.
He wants to smite.
It is
the cat.
against the Purple Tail's policy to smite the cat.
If the cat was an evil fiend in disguise, I would smite it. But if it's just a cat,
I'm actually upset.
Why?
You roll 2 4s.
Yeah. He looks at you. He's like, something. Tonight is just one monkey pie after another. Very well.
Hey, the kitty's kitty was that good that she got engaged. Okay.
I'm. I shall retire to my quarters. If you need anything, merely shout my name, Fendrick, and I will attend to you. It's getting rather late.
Fendrick, oh baby.
No. All right. So, Kethra, you're in the hallway
Plan
alone.
work.
I will go to the door to the kitchen and open it up just enough to peer inside.
You kind of look in, and the cook's sort of like making her own evening meal at the moment.
All right, tell me about this room.
So the kitchen has pleasant aromas that fill this area throughout the day as cook Gaberny de Valand prepares meals for the Van Thampiers and their staff. Gaberny doesn't like other people in the kitchen while she works. Pots and pans and cooking utensils dangle around 3 wooden preparation tables in the middle of the room, and shelves are lined with bowls, platters, herbs, spices, and dried goods. There's a dumbwaiter with a manually operated rope and pulley system that allows meals to be delivered to the Duke's bedroom. You can see that on the far wall. And there's a tiny bell near the dumbwaiter that rings whenever somebody wants food. Slobber Chops, this is kind of where he used to hang out, and you can see a couple of dead rats everywhere where he probably killed them. And yeah, that's pretty much where you're at.
I don't see anything that might look like a door or like a cellar.
There's a door here, and there's a door here, and there's a door here.
Okay. I thought there were windows.
And then this is the dumbwaiter.
That's not a nice thing
alright.
to say about someone. You can't help it if he's not smart.
What do you do?
I'm gonna get crazy now. All right, I move over to here.
Okay.
What do we got on these tables?
Just kind of leftover food bits from the preparation of the meal that you're supposed to be eating in the other room.
Which direction is the cook looking?
She is looking this way.
All right, I knocked something off the table, not so much to make it seem like someone threw it,
Mm-hmm.
but that it just fell off the table, and then I run over to this door.
The cook kind of looks back and kind of like slowly walks over to see what had happened and put yourself where you're at. And she's distracted for a few moments.
Is the door unlocked?
Is the door unlocked? That is a good question. It is unlocked.
I open the door ever so slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and I go inside.
All right.
You're not
And I
gonna
think
dive in? I'm disappointed. You haven't dived anywhere at the session. Wayne.
Don't worry, he said there's a dumbwaiter. It's gonna happen.
So you
Heather's riding a dumbwaiter through the building before this
the-
game's over with.
this room contains a barrel of fresh water, and then there is a brick-walled staircase that descends in downward.
Basement.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I creak the door back open. Where's the cook at? Can I see her?
Cook's back in the same. Cook's actually returned back to her table where she's at, and she kind of
Shit.
looks over at the door, kind of like, "What?"
It's ghosts.
And then she walks over to the door. Is it still cracked?
It is still cracked.
And she kind of looks at it, and then she sort of throws the door open. Give me a dexterity roll.
Shit.
Shit.
You can do it. 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 I believe in you.
I hope I can do it.
I know you can.
An 11.
12.
Wait, it's 12.
12.
And the
Wait.
door bumps into you.
Oh
Oh,
no.
shit.
And that's where we'll leave it for the night.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
No.
Good cliffhanger.
Jeez.
And that's where we'll leave it. Till next awesome time. So you guys
I'm
managed
disappointed.
to... I mean, you went into a bar, interrogated a dude, took his money.
We did a lot, yeah. tonight.
I think we
Insta-killed
got really far without a fight in that house.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
insta-killed the dude. You wrapped him up. You bypassing guards. You made it into a house. You faked a sex orgy, completely avoided the guards, got them to make dinner for you, and the only thing you screw up is you're invisible behind a door.
Mhm.
So I think you're okay.
I'm also fake
know,
engaged
and-
now.
And even
Yeah,
if
you're
they
fake
do
engaged.
catch us, everyone in this house will think those two brothers had sex with each other now, no matter what. Like
Not
that's
that
just
there's
Okay,
anything
hold
wrong
on.
with that.
Not that they had sex with each other, that they had sex with the same person at the same time.
That means they're having sex.
Which apparently freaked them out because they reacted to that. So even if we lose, we messed up a bad guy's day.
We ruined their reputation. And
Rivik
nothing
doesn't
they
care
say.
what they do.
Hey man,
They care.
if brothers want to do themselves, that's fine. There's no shame.
As long as they're
Apparently there
consenting
is for
adults.
them because they didn't like it.
Well, yeah, they're homophobic because they're evil. So
Right,
you
that's
know.
my point. We're ruining their day.
Yeah,
Jeez.
cool. So everyone, who's your favorite player tonight? Dwayne.
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna say you.
Really?
Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. I get a plus
I
one
am
to
I
all
am
my
gonna give
rolls
it to
next
Sean
week.
tonight. He has rolled with these ridiculous punches that we've been giving him.
All right. Cool.
I
I'm
should
writing
just
down,
I should
I
just
have a plus
clarify.
one.
I'm the one who started this whole voting thing. That's illegal. You cannot vote for the GM.
Oh, really?
That's correct. It must be a player.
But
No,
it's
screw your
me.
rules, Tyler.
You know what?
Rebel.
I haven't gotten voted in. Yeah, screw your rules. No, but Dwayne, you can't vote for me, even though I appreciate it.
I give you pity votes all the time in our other games.
I haven't gotten
Damn.
voted in any of the other games for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but
so-
this isn't a pity vote.
And
Like,
I've held that shit together. I had those games on lockdown. I'm knocking down Fishman. I'm
All right,
pulling.
Dwayne,
I'm,
who's your runner-up?
I'm pinballing through hotel. No, Dwayne, this is my
I
time.
really want to mute Sean right now, just while he rants in the background.
I'll give it to Tiffany then.
All right, Tiffany, you have a +1 so far next week
Yay! Wait, why? Why does I have +1?
because you got voted.
Yeah.
Right,
Why?
they're supposed to also say why because that's part of
Oh,
the
why?
right.
Well, I mean, so you had the good idea with the ring.
Yeah, that was a hell of an idea. by
That
the way.
was
Your
Like, I
overindulgence
legitimate-
in intelligence has
I
helped us
tried.
out many times today.
Cool. Steve,
Oh crap. I don't. It's like this is one of those sessions where it's just like everyone did so
Awesome.
awesome the entire
Yeah.
time that it's legitimately like just really hard.
I'm sure voting for everyone is also illegal according to Tyler.
that is correct.
Boo.
Yeah, you can only pick one person.
Pick
Um,
yourself.
You
That's
cannot
also
pick
illegal.
yourself.
Oh.
Can't pick yourself. Can't vote for everyone.
The whole point of this is to encourage role playing.
You know, I'm gonna say that the cornerstone of tonight was the sex orgy, and
That was Rivik's idea.
that was Rivik's
Yes.
idea. So Rivik can have my vote for sex.
Thank you. I would like to point out, I also got that vote from J3 Billion for the same reason, and I got a vote from Funky Thunder for being a killjoy.
Man.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
But I think, I just want to say really quick for like pure like the moment that I had it so clear in my head like cinematically was definitely with Kethra when you cut the like your pant leg.
My pant leg.
Yeah, and just that you opening the door like with your leg exposed and like that was really well done. So
But the rest of the time, I'm just standing in the corner, like picking something out of my teeth, while the mage hand is just shaking the door.
yeah, that's me.
All right, Tiffany.
I actually vote for Steve because Raylan had a moment of confidence and he was not under the influence. He like full on badass smite that demon like devil thing and just like honestly I just pictured it as a scene from like an old school anime dude with a samurai sword. He just ever slightly moves his blade, puts it back down, and then he just stands there and then slowly splits apart. Like that's just how I pictured it. It was a pretty badass moment in my opinion.
Thank you.
Cool. Tyler, who do you vote for?
I'm gonna bring it back around and put it on Kethra. Because now we
Nice.
finally get to punch something.
Cool. So you all have +1s next week. Remember that. And awesome. Yeah, as always, you can find us on the social medias at Vorpal Tales. You can find me at Spacelord PJs or Spacelord Pajamas. I also have my doodle website at cartoon.ninja. Also check out our website, vorpaltales.com. Everyone, plug your pluggables. What's your Twitters, Instagram, whatever is where can people find you? Dwayne.
You guys can find me on the internet at MadeOfKimchi, like it says on my head.
Nice.
Thank you, whoever sent me this. I like it. I don't know, generic company, whoever you are. I will be here every Friday playing Kethra as always, and be joining the other gentlemen on the Thursday or what you call it?
Creativerse for a recap.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, cool. Steve, where can people find you?
People find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. Find me here at Vorpal Tales anytime we are doing anything. Most next up is Mondays. You'll find me running Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition from Green Ronin Publishing for our Capes of Valor series. So come check that out. It's a fun time.
Cool. Tiffany, where can people look you up?
I am at Inuhime88 on Twitter. Also Pinkie _ Pie88 on TikTok. I have some pretty weird, D&D related videos with like my OCs as well as a lot of stuff with my cat. After this, I'm actually going to be playing some Baldur's Gate because
Yes.
it's actually on sale right now on Steam, and I was gifted it by a really awesome person.
Cool.
Sean, thank you.
Oh,
I was gonna say I didn't do it.
what happened? What's going on?
I was gifted some awesomeness. So thank you.
You're welcome. Tyler, where can people find you? In hell,
I am
apparently.
Eldritch Echoes on the internet. You can find me Mondays playing in Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, starting the 29th, also on Mondays, GMing Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition, Technocracy Reloaded. Wednesdays, GMing They Came From Beneath the Sea on the Onyx Path publishing channel, affiliation with them, and on Fridays doing this. Also in the Creepypasta community, lurking and being Creepypasta-y.
Like you do. Well, Snicker Snacks, you don't have to go home, but you can't keep playing / viewing this game tonight. Remember to slap that like and subscribe, and for the love of the dice, game on.
Bye.
Bye.